I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap. Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs. Won't you fight for your life? Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. I don't like them frogs. Gay. Friggin' frogs. Frogs. Friggin' frog crap. Won't you fight the frogs? It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Frogs. Place point. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, succubus with goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. Dump it. Charging into a goblin's nest, some goblin vomit and slop and blood on it, especially up to his ankles. Trump charging into a goblin's nest, some goblin vomit and slop. Goblin vomit and slop. I'm not expecting him to not get dirty slop. Kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, succubus with goblins, in bed with a goblin. Kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins. I just want to catch him in bed with a goblin, 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 in bed with a goblin. I just want to catch him in bed with a goblin, in bed with a goblin, in bed with a goblin, in bed with a goblin. Come on over here. Come on, coward. Coward, I know that I want to punch you in the nose. I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You're an intellectual dumbass. And I'm coming. You coward, you think you're a tough guy. I hate you, coward. We're going to defeat this anti-human scum. We're going to wreck their world. And they tell the trendies how the trendies go, rip me off. Get into it. Jump up and down. Jolie going, I mean, that's what we're dealing with here, and I'm sick of it. And we're not getting what humans always thought was key: the bone broth, 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 the bone broth. Well, now it's the next level of that. It's caveman. Hey, I need a glass of caveman. Caveman. Man. It's better than Ovaltine. Better than Ovaltine. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Caveman is just over the top. What in the world? But now with the milk, I was like, whoa, this has milk in it. Whoa. It tastes like good. Man, this tastes so good. Tastes like the best milkshake ever. It tastes like Ovaltine. It tastes like Ovaltine. It tastes like Ovaltine. Like good. It tastes like Ovaltine. It tastes like Ovaltine. It tastes like Ovaltine. Like good. Whoa.
This is I can say without a doubt, at least in my experience, that this is literally...
This is a super home run available at InfoWarsLife.com, and it supports the broadcast. All right, all the big news straight ahead. Thanks, Buckley.
Listen to the radio host, Alex Jones.
It's Alex Jones.
Beck, boom, everywhere. Glenn Beck. Mark that spot. The plague lies there. The enemy. There's nothing worse. Little minion. This little gremlin. Beck's not even a goblin. He's a gremlin. Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck. And he sits there like he's always on a toilet. He has this little face like he's constipated. Glenn Beck sits there in his chair. He comes on like, he's like, where's the spot where he looks like he's constipated on the screenshot? Like back at the beginning of the video. Because it's so funny how he acts all constipated. Here, I'm split screen. Here we go. This is what they came up with. Let's hear the creature that they dug up out of atheist, God-hating abortion radio. And let's hear what he has to say.
What is frightening to me is the lack of reaction from
back in the beginning. What's frightening to me, it's all calculated. He scripts with actors and hops around, big candy ass. I'm talking about Beck. I'm so scared. He's like, so everybody's supposed to be scared now. So dumb. Here it is.
What is frightening to me
is... Dude, America first! America first! Get that through your head! Dude, America first! America first! You heard that before? What? America first! America first! What the hell, man? Dude, America first! America first! To all of you, let me explain one damn thing. America, America, America. Dude, you understand? America, America, America. My point is America's first. America, America, America. What the hell, man? Globalists, no! Goblins, no! This is it. Everybody get ready! America first! America first! Get that through your head! Dude, America first! America first! You heard that before? What? America first! America first! Get that through your head! America first! America first! He trolled him. He baited him. He trolled him. He baited him. He trolled him. He baited him. I wish I was that smart. See, that's the Trump dimension. That's the Trump dimension. He trolled him. That's the Trump dimension. He baited him. That's the Trump dimension. He trolled him. That's the Trump dimension. It's incredible. That's the Trump dimension. He trolled him. That's the Trump dimension. He baited him. I wish I was that smart. See, that's the Trump dimension. It's Trump. The plan of Trump. And thus, by extension, Trump. Trump just trolled you. But that's okay. It's Trump. The plan of Trump. And thus, by extension, Trump.
Hi, everyone. How are you all doing? I hope you're having a good Tuesday. Thanks for the hype train. We are currently at 24% to level 3. Remember, if we get to level 5, we'll do all the tinfoil outfit and everything. So let's see what I missed so far. Bittergrin, thanks for 100 bits. PK the Lost, thanks for 16 months. Grey Tiara 82209, thanks for 4 months. Midnight, thanks for 100 bits. Procagam, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Bumble Homestead, thank you for 100 bits. H. Baird with 100 says, I work for a government contractor and their health plan covered part of my bottom surgery. So I guess that qualifies as the government taking someone's manhood. Right on. Monster Jr., thanks for gifting a sub. And that catches us up. We're at 48% to level 3. Boy, do I have a new conspiracy theorist for us today. I'm so excited. You can see him on screen right now. He's got so much content for us to cover. His YouTube name is Tony Chase. I am not gay. Not ever. Which, you know, weird thing to say, honestly. Nick says, hot new tinfoil just dropped. Looks like a troll. He is not a troll, I assure you. I have watched the videos. Gray Tara, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Let's see. Sky Comet Fallen with 100 bits says, thank God I have Tinfoil Tuesday. I'm in quarantine with COVID, mild cold symptoms, positive test, and I'm so bored. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm glad presumably you were vaccinated and you're having minor symptoms. That's good. I'm sorry that you're having to quarantine, but it could be worse, so. Not never, so sometimes, yeah. You must be gay sometimes, not never, yeah. That tracks. Wow, I am losing weight. I can button more of these buttons now. That's nice. For those who don't know, I've been ongoing doing weight loss for a while. So that's good. It hasn't showed up. It takes a while for my face. I feel like my face, which is the part you guys see for the most part, you can't see as much, but I have lost a decent bit of weight, so. AshyBoo74 with 50 bits says, thanks for streaming, Hannah. I've spent the last week or so with my family and I love them, but goddamn, I need an escape right now. Well, I'm glad I can be that escape. I got a new watch band for the watch I got for Christmas. It's very, iridescent. It's quite cool. Estrogen causes more subcutaneous fat on the face. I know, but I still have excess. It would be nice once I have a chin again. That'll be nice. Or at least only one. Choking Ouroboros, thanks for gifting a sub, bringing us to 91% to level 4 on the hype train. So what else do we have? We have people claiming Cabal elites being banished from the Earth through a portal in Antarctica. That's foolish. Obviously the portal is in the Arctic. Wrong side of the Earth, idiots. Bob Larson has a new exorcism we can take a look at. Excuse me, one sec. I thought we'd take a look at a call for an uprising video from 5 years ago, just to see how he has changed over time, or not changed. Daddy Sume with 50 bits. I've seen that before. Funny. We have a woman at Michigan State University who's concerned about some sort of statue or something. We have all sorts of stuff. It'll be a good stream. We have some people talking about the gay agenda. We have someone talking about Bigfoot, but not in the way you might think. We got a lot of good stuff. That's basically it. 98% to level 4. Raven G3226 with 100 bits, thank you. Appreciate it. Almost to level 4. Where'd my phone go? Monster Jr., thanks for 1,000 bits. Very generous of you. Steve with a Q with 100, thank you very much. I would turn the cat cam on, but Ollie is downstairs, I believe, right now. If he decides to come up, I'll turn the cat cam on, or if either of the other kitties do, but they usually don't, so. I guess we will just find out. Sorry, I'm checking something real quick. Okay. Tellurian Katrin says, hi, Hannah. I've been really enjoying your streams lately. I'm stressed out from holidays, and this place has chill vibes. Well, I'm glad that we can provide a space for you to kind of chill out and all that. Bigfoot is the creator of the gay agenda. Oh, yeah. Bigfoot's at all the meetings. Very gay. And if you think his feet are big, oh boy, you should see his shoes. There is a new kitty, yes. If you missed some past streams lately, we do have a new kitty. His name is Ollie. He's very cute. He is an orange kitty, and he's downstairs right now. Sorry, I need to make sure I get this around without screwing up my watch. There There we go. I can still kind of see the watch from under this. That'll work. I should just take the watch off while I'm wearing this. There's no reason for me to wear the watch while I'm wearing it. I'll put it back on when I'm done. Okay. Let's see. 38% to level 5. Did I get a new watch band? Yep. It's kind of like a iridescent. Ooh, the light's blowing it out. It's kind of hard to see. It's like a purpley iridescent color. Looks a bit like bismuth, as Baja pointed out to me. Okay. 38% to level 5. We have one more piece of tinfoil things. If we get to level 5, I will put it on. Until then, I guess we'll take a look. What do we want to do first? Did we want to do penis guy first? Hydrate, we'll do hats off. We don't do on days when I'm doing tinfoil because I'm already wearing so much random stuff. So, save that for another day. Actually, I can put the watch on the outside of this. I'm dumb. It's just a magnetic thing, so not a big deal. Let me throw this watch on for this. America first, get that through your head. I got that Alex Jones song stuck in my head. All about the pee-pee. Yeah, basically everyone says penis guy. That's not shocking. Ollie is watching from your shoulder. Cute. Is he confused why I'm in the tiny box? Penis guy, question mark? You'll see. There we go. Oh, I put it on upside down. I'm a genius. Yay. Minute left on the hype train, 38% to level 5. Yeah, everyone's saying penis guy. We'll do the penis guy. Better. Tammy Marie, thanks for subscribing for 6 months, bringing us to 55% with 50 seconds left. Someone save the hype train. Give some subs, give some bits, do something. My neck will be so cold without the bandana. That's a joke. I normally get very, very hot in this outfit. It's very insulating. I know how baked potatoes feel. MH Darkbeast says, I wish Gail wasn't crazy, because covering her children's storybook about Brent Spiner being mind-controlled to sex Spot the Cat would be fun to cover. Oh my goodness. Card Shark, thanks for gifting 2 subs. Dr. Gamble, thanks for 1,000 bits. DM Trey, thanks for gifting a sub. And Monster Jr., thanks for 1,000 bits. Level 5 complete. We did it, fam. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. Keeps the show running, lets us come here and have some fun. So now that that's all done, let's go. We are doing bingo today, so if you want to get a bingo card, do ! bingo in the chat. We tuck this in like a proper bandana. There. Now the government can't control my thoughts, at least not for the next 3 hours or so. All good. Let's get started, shall we? Where did I put penis guy? There he is. Okay, so as I said, we have a brand new conspiracy theorist to talk about today. His channel is Tony Chase. In parentheses, I am not gay, not never, which is a double negative. He's saying I'm not gay, comma, not never. Wait, he's not gay, not never, which I think is a triple negative, so I think that goes back around and he is straight, right? Is that a double or triple negative? Either way, very touchy about that. But more importantly, it seems how do I put this in a way that doesn't make me sound like a crazy person? He believes the government is trying to steal his genitals. He believes the government is trying to steal his genitals, amongst other things. So I guess let's take a look at some of his videos and see why does he believe that? Ashyboo with 50 bits says, that's how I used to talk before I was out to myself. Very relatable. Chibbers the Squirrel, thanks for 9 months, says joyous day. In honor of this, this sub baby's name will be Chase Tony. For no particular reason. Raven says, my penis guy lives with me in my house and eats my food. Heyo. Okay, let's check out our new friend, Tony.
Doing this is going to be kind of a short video, so I gotta talk fast so it gets on there, you know. So, you know, in reference to people, you know, people that know me, people have known me, you know, I've walked down the runway totally nude and they saw my penis naturally, you know, and it hangs to the floor, you know, naturally.
Okay, so he's been on runways, meaning at some point he was maybe a model, and secondly, he's got a big donger. 2 things I know about this guy. I'm learning so much. Hydrate, you betcha.
This isn't about having a big dick contest shit of nothing, you know, this is about my real anatomy, protection of my identity. These people are trying to steal billions of dollars of my money. And, you know, these people that are cocks.
Do you have billions of dollars? I kind of feel like you don't, based on where you're filming this, but okay.
Snatchers or whatever, they try to steal dick.
Does this count as forced feminization? We'll listen to him and see what he goes into. I'm not sure what his reasoning is, so let's hear him out and then we'll decide.
They try to steal the tissue of the penis, and then they try to stuff it underneath their skin. That's attempted murder in reference to people stealing dicks.
Okay. Kippy says $1 million manhood. Okay. Okay, he's referring to his penis, you guys think. So you think he thinks his penis is worth billions of dollars. No, it's not. I hate to break it to this man. Your penis is not worth billions of dollars. Kippy with 100 bits says $1 million manhood. Sky Comet Fallen says, sure, it hangs to the floor. Sure, ever consider that there's such a thing as too big, dear? Princess Amelia says, I just came in and what? Seriously, what? So he believes the government is trying to steal his penis for some sort of penis communism in which the government will redistribute his penis to others in need of penile length. Okay, alright. I don't consider myself a communist, but penis communism? Okay, I could be a penis communist. Daddy Sume says, mine are, but that's because I have 2, and they're self-grown dog dicks. That cost a lot. Yes, yes, we all know about your D&D character with the 2 penises. You've brought it up. Logarth says, plot twist. This man is Harold J. Penisman's grandfather. His name was Harold P. Penisman, excuse you. In Hannah Canon, or as I like to call it, Hannon. Okay, I'll take that. Overthought says, he's a star, he's a star, he's a star, he's a great big shining star. Bonus points for referencing my favorite movie.
People stealing cock, people stealing penises. People could end up in prison for the rest of your life.
What are you in for? Grand Theft Penis.
Anyways, back to the point. In reference to any females, celebrities, or people that have known me since I was a little boy, or people that have seen my penis at a, you know...
Did you have a giant man-sized penis as a little boy? Because that sounds like a medical issue. Are you okay?
Extended, you know, not tucked or shrank or whatever. You know, these people tried to steal my blood. They tried to steal my identity all these years, these bad government people. But, you know, in reference to people, they can go on YouTube and do anonymous reports. I mean, there's probably going to be somebody trying to make jokes. But this is, you know, the jokes...
He has that level of self-awareness. I applaud him for that.
About me having a big penis and people making jokes about it doesn't hurt my feelings.
Sir, I would never joke about a big penis. What's funny about a ginormous dong?
At all. Depends on what they say, whether they can get sued or not. You know, don't be trying to cut it short either. You know, I'm not allowed to shrink my dick. I'm not allowed to shrink or not allowed to sell any of it. Can't give none of it away, not never. My royal penis is my penis. My mother and my father's genetics. My genetics came from my mother and father. But in reference to anybody trying to steal any of my penis, they can get prosecuted. They can end up in prison for the rest of their lives. So in reference to people can go on YouTube, make a little video anonymously. You know, they could even have like the black silhouette of a person or whatever.
Hi, Mr. Blast. The guy I'm watching right now thinks the government is trying to steal his penis.
Where you can't see their face, but then they can make a statement on YouTube how big they've seen my penis. It's got to be known so nobody tries to steal my wealth or tries to steal my identity.
Why does he think his penis is his wealth? Sir, the currency of the United States is not cock. Sky Comet Fallen says, I think he might be mentally ill. Yeah, it would not surprise me. Zero V Streaming says, what the fuck did I walk into? Marcus Drake says, this penis belonged to my father, and his father before him. It will not be disrespected.
These dumb government bad people or whoever they are, they're thieves. Or any medical freaks trying to steal my penis, you know, they can get prosecuted and they can go to prison for life.
You know what? I agree. If anyone is found to be culpable of attempting to steal this man's penis, I believe they should be prosecuted on whatever laws that would apply to. I agree, sir. We are on the same page. Color by Emmy says, I just want to sneak up to him with a razor and scrape off that soul patch with one fell swoop. Logarth says, this man must have some really interesting biometrics on his bank account. Yeah, you know how your phone unlocks with a thumbprint? My bank account does that too. He just decided not to use his thumb. Hydrate. Sorry, Bittergrin, I missed your bits. Bittergrin said, if his penis is that big, why doesn't he have an only... I can't say that. I can't say that. Stop myself. Twitch has interesting rules. Tea with Goblins says, medical freaks trying to steal my penis. Welp, this was a great time to join the stream. Good morning, Hannah. Hi, hope you're doing well.
But, you know, in reference to my penis, you know, people can go on YouTube and make, you know, a video. My penis is over 41 plus inches. Naturally. Plus.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa! Okay, hold on. Do we have a meter stick or a yardstick somewhere? What? I need to see how big 41 inches is. Yeah, could you bring me the measuring tape? This is for scientific research, okay? I love you, thank you. We need a frame of reference for how large this man is claiming his penis is. Yeah, we're doing bingo. Get your bingo cards if you want it. Isaac Inanimate says, penis theft is a real issue. Oh no. Penis theft panic hit city. Police in Congo have arrested 13 suspect sorcerers accused of using black magic to steal or shrink men's penises after a wave of panic and attempted lynchings triggered by the alleged witchcraft. Reports of so-called penis snatching are not uncommon in West Africa, where belief in traditional religions and witchcraft remains widespread, and where ritual killings to obtain blood or body parts will still occur. Well, at least they're actually in danger, potentially, of someone trying to steal their penis for some strange religious ritual, I guess. Daddy Sume says, that's as long as my D&D character's furry's dog dick. WTF.
Here's your measuring stick.
Thank you. Hi, Ollie. Oh, are you gonna lay on the thing? Thank you. Princess Amelia says, if his penis really was that large, he'd pass out any time he got an erection. No kidding. H. Baird says, what? If we're that big, he'd pass out when he's excited. Adia Blue says, my persona is a foot shorter than this man's manhood. Freaking Out says, I'm pretty
Wait, how long is he saying his...
I'll show you in a sec. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have enough blood to sustain a penis that big. This is a serious issue. We're involved in a tumultuous drama over this. Hey, in fairness, he didn't say the girth. Maybe it's just incredibly thin, okay? It's like a spaghetti noodle, but it's really long. Okay, let's see. How big did this guy say his, where did that go? Did I actually exit it? Where did Penis Man go?
I don't know.
This is important, goddammit.
Okay.
I might have, hold on.
Wait,
Reopen.
is it, in the...
No. I must have actually closed it.
You wanted to...
No! Unless I closed it before that. Where the heck did the penis guy thing go? I'll find it in a sec. Anyway. Let's see how big.
Wait, no, are you sure he said 46 inches?
I believe he said 41.
Are you sure he said 41 inches
He said...
and not 41 centimeters?
He said 41 inches! Hold on.
Wait.
He'd have to be considerably taller than myself in order to not...
Stand up and back up.
Okay.
Go back.
This isn't TOS. We're not actually showing anything, so it's fine.
Back. Back up. That's how long.
Ah.
41 inches.
Overthought with 50 bits. Post a link.
That is 3.5 feet long.
Needle dick, needle dick, needle dick, needle.
Where did I put his...
Even 41 centimeters would be huge.
Isaac Inanimate says I could take it. I don't believe you.
No, there's 0%. No one could take that.
There he goes.
You just kept skipping over it because we really don't want to watch it.
And
So
some
is he
people have seen it.
claiming
Some
that
people,
41 inches flaccid?
you know, people can go on YouTube and make, you know, a video. My penis is over 41 plus inches.
Over 41 plus! So he's lowballing it. Freaking Out 99 says, if your penis was half that length, you'd have a hard time doing anything. You'd be disabled big time. Meek says, man, I didn't know that some people had such small penises. JB Lynn says, in real life, once I saw one a little over half that size, about 2 feet. I felt bad for the guy. What are you gonna do with that? Isaac Inanimate says, if I die, even better. Adia Blues says, I've seen furry art that would surprise and sicken you. I'm getting a lot of bit messages over this penis video. Tea with Goblin says, people that steal dicks ought to be rounded up and sent to an overseas prison. A penal colony, if you will.
Make that coin beat!
Logarth says, oh my sweet mysteries of life, at last I found you. Daddy Sume says, well, I have no words right now. Guys, we did it. We finally find a video that made Daddy Sume speechless. Mike Mack says, did he said the party where he said he was born with a man dick? Wow, are you drunk? How did you...
say the part?
Oh, he did not say that. I implied that. Sky Comet Fallen said, did he mistake his age for his penis length? How big is a plus inch, says Mr. Blast. Princess Amelia says, wow, what surprise that your chat would get overexcited over a penis video. I know. When I found this video, do you know how excited I got to show this to you guys? I knew you'd love this shit, you degenerates.
She actually came downstairs and said to me, oh boy, I have found a new conspiracy theorist.
Yep.
And then told me what it was about, and I said, wait, what?
How does that penis compare to Hunter Biden's? It blows Hunter Biden out of the water.
Yeah. Although, this dude could have noodle-thin penis.
True. Bittergrin says, world record I can find is 19 inches, and apparently he hung weights from it to stretch it. Oh, God, don't do that. Procacom says, bits for the penis. I'll use those penis bits to get rid of mine.
naturally, plus. And some people have seen it, some people have it on document. But, you know, in reference to people, this is not about, you know, it's not a cockfight. This is about my real penis, you know. And I don't date girls that date other guys, and I'm not gay. So in reference to, you know, people, this is very important in reference to protecting my penis, and it should.
Jimmy Lynn says, 19 inches, I've seen bigger than that, whatever. Okay, size queen. Go get it. Logarth says, did you hear about the guy with the 41-inch long penis that was surprised when it was stolen in the middle of the night by the government? He never saw it coming. I hate you people.
Protect other people's penis.
I don't know what he said. I gotta go back. There's other stuff going on.
Penis, you know. And I don't date girls that date other guys, and I'm not gay.
I think he's just saying he's monogamous, but in a weird way. Raven says it's not a cockfight, he says.
So in reference to, you know, people, this is very important in reference to protecting my penis, and it should protect other people's penises from cock snatchers or government thieves trying to steal dick or trying to steal penis or whatever they'd be trying to do. You know, it's, you know, they can make reference to these videos of me mentioning in reference to my royal penis, you know, because mine's my royal penis, you know, my mother.
What makes his penis royal? I'm a little confused. Is he descended from Charlemagne? Why is his fucking dick royal?
Mother and father. But, you know, in reference to when I was born, my penis was over 10 inches long when I was born. The second.
Your penis was not. You did not have a 10-inch baby dick. I do not believe you had a 10-inch baby dick. Bullshit. Bullshit. How would you even know that? Your parents would just be like, wow, you would not believe the big old dick you came out with. You were the biggest dick that was ever inside your mother. Each parent says, from now on, cock snatchers is my new go-to for generic insults. Procagom says a size queen needs a size king. Dirtjur says, so he does just stand back and toss it at him? How does this dude fuck? I don't know. I don't know.
And I was born. Over 10 inches long. You know, when I was born. So in reference to the information of people, you know, people can go on YouTube. You know, I've walked down the runway totally nude back in the 80s when I was younger. Or when I was shorter in height, I guess you'd say.
Okay. I'm going to do research. If he's actually a model, I'm going to try and find pictures of his penis, okay? Give me a sec. Tony Chase, model. I will look this up for you guys. Tony Chase, model. None of these are him. How am I going to find this guy? Honestly, if he were for real, I'd just be able to type in giant penis, nude. Not finding anything. Where is your giant penis, Tony? God damn it. Marcus Drake 50-bit says, fun fact, if you have a lot of European ancestry, you have more ancestors than there were people alive during Charlemagne's time. So if you're white, you probably are related to him. Interesting. I don't see any information on this man as a model.
You know, in reference to people, they can make a video saying how big they've seen my penis.
Please tell you use incognito for these searches. No, my search history's already fucked up enough. It's fine. It's beyond salvaging at this point. Google just thinks I'm a psychopath.
It's over 41 plus inches, but you know, these people have tried to steal my penis, and they tried to play this tucking game, and they've tried to murder me, to steal my mother and father's estates. And in reference to government trying to injure me, all the injuries that the government has ever done or tried to cause has to be on record in museums too, so people know how dirty bad government really is.
And little Tommy, this is the time the government tried to steal a man's 41-inch plus penis. Why? Shut up, Timmy. Let's go learn about how Columbus raped a bunch of indigenous people. Nick says, what would they even do with his penis anyway? Put it in a museum? They're going to add his giant penis to their penises. It's penis communism. It's cockunism.
Such as the dirty government that's blocking me from my credit cards or my corporate credit cards, or people that are blocking me from my mother and father's mansions where I got kidnapped from. They won't even give me the keys so I can go back home where I got kidnapped from. And I need monies from my trust funds so I could buy a new mansion. Plus, I'm tax-free. So in reference to realty offices...
You're tax-free? I very much doubt that, sir.
You know, text message me or email me at my email, you know, it's TonyChaseBusiness.com or TonyChaseBusiness@gmail.com, you know. So in reference to the satellite man was messing with my mouth just now. And I was eating Frosted Flakes and the satellite man was hurting my teeth and my mouth.
For the reference, this guy thinks there's someone on a satellite somewhere fucking with him, and he thinks it makes his mouth hurt, even though clearly he has dental issues. He thinks there's a man in a satellite that's messing with him, and he also thinks the satellite man makes his cat puke.
And I ate an encore meal, and the satellite man was messing with my mouth. I ate a hamburger. They've messed with my mouth. I ate pasta. They were messing with my teeth and my mouth. The government's got to get prosecuted over there. But I got to make the video short because it takes a while to upload because they're slowing down the upload. The government is or something. But in reference...
They're slowing it down, but they won't stop it for some reason. They'll let the info about his penis theft out there, but they'll make it real inconvenient for him. Raven with 45-bit says, money, leafy greeny spendy money, cash money? Joey is strong. Thanks for 7 months.
To my mother and father, you know, the real protocols in the media. In reference to my penis size, this isn't about being a tough guy thinking, you know, or anything like that. It's about protecting my identity and my real family history and my mother and father, you know. My mother and father always said, you know, don't let nobody steal your penis. Don't let...
What? My parents always gave me sage advice, like, do unto others as you would have done unto you. Kindness is always wise, and don't let anyone steal your penis. I always had trouble with that last one. Danny Sume says the government is making my teeth hurt. Cavities are a conspiracy.
Nobody try to steal your wiener and things like that, you know. It's supposed to be protected by law. None of this shit should have...
Is it okay if trans people trade body parts on your stream? I get first dibs, though. Okay? I get first dibs. But then, yes.
Ever happened. I wasn't supposed to be kidnapped from my mother and father's mansions. The government...
12 a.m. coffee. Thank you for 12 months. Happy anniversary. Looks like you posted a clip. This was not... You did not have a 10-inch baby dick. I just said this. Why are we watching a clip that we just saw? I do not believe you had a 10-inch This was not... What the fuck? Zarek with 45-bit says, this stream has me laughing so hard I let out a fart and woke my cat up, and now he's looking at me all confused.
Was involved in the murder of my parents. The government had to admit fault. They've never paid nothing. And both my parents was frozen. But the government has never paid me nothing. In reference to all the abuses, the history of me being held hostage. Ask the Treasury or ask people in government if they're confused about who I am and who my parents are. Hello, Biltmore, and hello, Hearst.
Hello, Department of the Treasury. Are you trying to steal Tony Chase's penis? No, you have no need for a gargantuan penis? Oh, you already got Hunter Biden's, huh? And Joe's. Oh, I guess that is hereditary. That makes sense. Okay. Really? Okay. Oh. Okay. Cool. Great. Thanks. Yeah, no, they don't need anyone's penis. They just want people to pay their taxes. Nick with 45-bit says, speaking of wangs, the banana bread muffins I made on Friday are absolutely delicious. Banana bread's the bomb. Midnight with 100-bit says, it was me. I stole his penis. We solved it. We solved the crime. I knew we'd get to the bottom of it.
Castle and other places. Many things of importance. So in reference to the information, people can go on the internet, on YouTube, and say, we'll see which person says the longest length that they've seen it, It's not about being, oh, I'm big dick, I'm a big dick, it's not about that. I'm more mature than that, This is about reality of documentation of my physical anatomy so nobody gets away with stealing any of my penis, And there's supposed to be pictures of it, and so nobody gets away with stealing my money either, or property, or land. Or anybody trying to play Pretty Boy Floyd torture games in reference to me being a pretty boy. I'm not giving up my pretty boy status to...
Either his phone died, or... He's got a lot of really short videos. Let's check out some of his short ones.
What you guys doing? This is very important. I guess the Canadian president's one of the fucking faggots that's tried to murder me.
Whoa! Slur alert. Not cool. Also, Canada has a prime minister, not a president.
And he's choking my cat right now or something. You better step into court, Canadian president! You fucking drug addict faggot! Step into...
Whoa! Alright! 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 Well, that's not cool, is it?
How you guys doing? This is another thing of importance in reference to penis size and balls. I was born with a big penis. It's documented since the day I was born. And I was born with...
Marcus Drake says a blue whale's penis is 67 inches. He's claiming to be about 62% of a blue whale.
Medium or small balls. There are men in this world that have...
H. Baird says, he's just used my nickname for junior high. And Nick says, might want to make sure he doesn't drop an N-bomb. I don't believe he does. If
smaller balls than your German race or Middle Eastern Germans or whatever. The reason my balls are small is because that's the way they are.
Oh, so he's got a big penis, but he's got small balls.
My father had small balls. My grandfathers had small balls, too. And they had big penises, and it's documented. So in reference to your big balls and your activity of making exaggerations or falsifications for why you're burning somebody's balls, trying to say you thought they had small balls because...
What in the fuck is happening? Probably a Lannister with 50-bit says this entire stream so far has me making this face. Where is his family's ball size documented? Right in the back of the family Bible, right next to where they sign their names, they write their penis and ball size. Stone Corbell says the reason this statement is a tautology is that it is tautological. Nick says his grandfather has had small balls. Why would you be privy to your grandfather's sexual proclivities? And Dr. Gamble says, large hose, no capacity.
Because you were burning their balls with satellites?
No one's burning your balls! Procagon with 100 bits. Instead of handprints, they just do penis prints.
That's not the reason why somebody has small balls, man. And what's the cause for your big, nasty Germanism balls? You thought if somebody had a big penis, you thought they were a sex addict? Because you thought that's where testosterone was produced in the penis shaft? Do you really have a brain? You thought a person's sexuality or potency of their activity of sexual interest, you thought was produced in the shaft of the penis? Are you just a dirty gay faggot?
God damn it! I hate this man. Alright, so that's Penis Man. when we watch him in the future, I'll vet his videos. I don't know why he thinks the government wants to steal his penis. Hydrate. Princess Amelia says, interesting penis fact. Barnacles have the largest proportional penis size of any animal at up to 8 times the length of its body. A human male with similarly sized penis would have a 50-foot penis. Nice. Bloodwine says, hey Scotty, penis man. And Procagam says, who would win if Incest Man and Penis Man fought? Or are there more like a hero and a sidekick thing? I don't know. Hats off to you. We don't do hats off to you on Tinfoil Tuesdays because I'm already wearing so much stuff. So save those for a day we're not doing Tinfoil Tuesday. Probably a Lannister with 50 bits says, I laugh slightly when I am uncomfortable, and boy, am I laughing a lot right now. Yeah. I'm sure we'll see more of Penis Man in the future. After I mute what needs to be muted. Anyway. Moving on. Who do we want to do next? How about this? So Call for an Uprising hasn't done any new videos. Oh, someone asked about Peter, by the way. No new Peter today. He hasn't posted in a while. I don't know where he's gone. Hopefully to get some help, but I kind of doubt it. I think Trump's comments on the vaccines confused him, and I don't know what he's doing. Bingo card check. Good point. Let's take a look. Bingo card check. Forced sterilization, population control is a motive. I'd say that's close enough to what the penis guy is talking about. Is that it? I don't know if he said anything else. He was basically just talking about the government trying to steal his penis. Like, I don't think there's anything else going on. I wouldn't call it forced feminization. I would consider it closer to castration, because he's not talking about being feminized. He's just talking about being castrated. I don't think he said the deep state. Word salad? No, because I understood what he said. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just the population control. The line between chud and tinfoil? Yeah. Okay, so I thought it'd be fun to take a look at some of Call's old stuff. Call posted this video 5 years ago, so it would have been 2016, roughly. He hasn't been posting recently. Don't know why. Don't know if he has strikes, which keep him from doing so. No idea. But either way, let's take a look at an older video. Does the Lupiner cast making a guest appearance also include the new cat? It does, actually. Yes. Gotta give us that's not how science works. Fine. Satanic ritual child abuse. He claimed he was kidnapped and had stuff done to him. Okay. Remind me after this video to mark him, but you can mark him now. You did miss the guy who thinks the government's trying to steal his penis. I'm sorry. This is Call's old intro.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
I see why he changed this intro. It's so much slower and more boring than the recent ones. It's just as crazy, but it's just not presented as interesting, I guess. Nick says, nothing says Christian like genociding different religions. Wait a minute.
This is a call for an uprising. We welcome you to today's show and ask those of you who have not subscribed to please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to expose the satanic Illuminati.
He sounds so much younger and more fresh. Like he hasn't been beaten down over years of being wrong about everything.
Agenda and the ushering in of the Antichrist. Today's show, I want to talk about Fergie. Yes, the musician known as Fergie and her new song called MILFs, which most of you know. The term MILFs is a perverted term that stands for Moms I'd Like to Blank. Okay, but Fergie is saying that it means...
You can say fuck on the internet. I do it all the time.
It's a little bit something different. It's Moms I'd Like to Follow in this video, even though the entire thing is all of these older women, Kim Kardashian, all these celebrity moms, pretty much walking around with no clothes on. You get somebody breastfeeding in the video, and it is just filled with satanic Illuminati symbolism as it promotes perversion as well. It promotes sexual, it's just completely filled with sexual innuendos, people walking around naked, men and women, pretty much wearing no clothing, promoting, having sex with your teacher. Of course, the MILF teacher and all the boys in the school think she's so sexy. All of...
Yeah, you shouldn't, I find that, let's call it problematic. Let's not promote people getting, taken advantage of by their teachers.
This perversion that they promote, because the pedophilia goes both ways. It isn't just these men who prey on these women. Powerful women prey on young boys as well. So let's get into the video and look at some of the symbols, blatantly obvious ones, that you'll see in every video for the most part. You get the black and white tile. What a surprise. Something original, folks. Black and white tile right in the school classroom. You can see it right there, paying homage to the Freemasons, to the duality.
Freemasons on the bingo card.
As above, so below, the Baphomet worship. And you see these tiles always inside the Masonic Lodge, the black and white tile. That is why you see it in all of these music videos. They are paying homage to the Freemasons because the Freemasons are the satanic networking system. And
no, they're not. Freemasons are basically a fraternity for people that aren't in college. That's all it is. Their memberships are actually down across the board because young people don't give a shit about this weird bullshit, basically.
Masons, as they grow throughout the lodge, learn to worship Lucifer as their god. That's how it goes.
No. The, Freemasons are a Christian organization. They've loosened that a bit in the recent years because they're trying to expand their membership because, again, the organization is dying. There's basically no one who wants to be a member anymore. So they've loosened it to just being like, you need to believe in a higher power, but it's a Christian organization at its center.
That's how they get away with this stuff. So every town, as most of you know, has a Freemason lodge in it. That's what it's there for. Okay, that's how they breed these people. So you see the black and white tile, you see other black and white symbolism, which I'll get into later. You also see the bathtub. I've talked about this over and over, how all these musicians, whether it's a male or a female, are seen inside the bathtub. You have Eminem in the bloodbath, you had Machine Gun Kelly in the bloodbath, then you get other musicians like Demi Lovato, etc., inside of a bathtub. This is paying homage to the baptism, to the rebirth, okay, that they believe is...
No, it's an excuse to make them naked or close to naked in the music video. It's less awkward than filming someone in a shower, so they use a bathtub. It's also why you see beaches and pools and stuff in music videos. It's so you have an excuse to put people in skimpy clothing. Kind of like how Twitch has a hot tub section or like a hot tub streams section. Same idea.
Is coming, the birth of the Antichrist, and everybody's going to be rebaptized. Now this specifically is a little bit different because usually those
okay
just use water. They're actually using milk. Okay, milk is used a lot in the video. They dump milk on themselves. She's taking a milk bath, which, like I said, is paying homage to a new baptism.
No, the milk is a reference to boobs and also cum. The milk is a reference to boobs and cum. Daddy Sume says John Madden just died. That's unfortunate. I'm not really a football person, so I don't know anything about the guy, but... H-Baird says, we need to transify the Freemasons, lean into all the conspiracy theories.
Baphomet baptism, so to speak. And where do we see the milk bath occur all the time, folks? Where do we see it? Oh, look, we see it when we see these dumb, imbecile Satanists protesting things, right? We see them outside the abortion clinics dumping milk over their heads, giving each other milk baptisms. We see them in front of city halls doing it. We see them in front of abortion clinics. We see them in front of...
I have no idea what the milk thing is there.
Various events that don't fit their agenda. They go out like imbeciles and they protest, and they have milk baptisms. They dump milk on each other's heads. So you see that throughout the video, the dumping of milk on one another's head. You could see Fergie here also wearing the sun on her belt buckle as well as on her neck on one of these big chains that she's wearing. This is sun worship. We constantly see...
No, it's just jewelry.
Sun worship involved with the Illuminati. They always pay homage to the sun. They believe Lucifer is the sun. That's what they believe. They believe Lucifer is the morning star, not Jesus Christ. They believe Satan is. So you always see them paying homage to the sun.
How does Call feel about breastfeeding? I have no idea.
That's why so many companies have the sun in their logo, just as much as having the pyramid and these other symbols that we talk about over and over. You'll see blatantly obvious symbols start popping up in this video, which is just unbelievably over the top and blatantly in your face. So in addition to all this perversion that's going on as they push these MILFs, but they're saying that they're moms I'd like to follow. And of course, they believe that too in their mind, because all of the masses out there follow these false idols. They look up to them, women in their 40s. Everybody looks up to these false idols nowadays. You all know that. They look up to them.
Do they? There's certainly a market for people who like the music of, popular pop musicians, but I don't think most people do necessarily. A lot of people are fans of people who are popular. I guess back then Fergie, I'm sure she still has an audience. Now there are more popular singers and stuff. Like, it's fine. It's whatever. But we're kind of in a place where there's no, biggest pop star in the world, right? Things are so decentralized. People tend to like their small indie bands and stuff more than they used to in the past. So I don't think we're ever going to see anything like a Michael Jackson or a The Beatles or Elvis or anything like that again, where everyone universally likes a musician or something, but who knows?
Them, and that's what this song...
There's Beyonce. I guess. I don't like Beyonce, so I guess I don't get it. I don't know how popular Beyonce is. I know she's very popular, but I guess I don't get it. Tea with Goblins with 100 bit says, the performance was from the satanic artist called Jex Blackmore. I think that particular piece was meant to be parodying how anti-choicers fetishize the fetus, so they did sexy baby flash mobs as a counter-protest strategy. It had a limited efficacy, but I dig it.
I was talking about following these moms, following their example as they dress like teenagers. They dress naked the entire time, walking around dumping milk on themselves. Just completely destroying the morals of our society. People looking up to these women who are supposed to be mothers, right? Because that's what the video is paying homage to. They're mothers. And instead of being mothers and being good parents, they're saying, ooh, but we're going to be mothers who are sexy and fierce, and they're going to walk around with no clothes on and hit on young guys. And that's...
Okay. What's inherently the issue with that? Someone pops out a kid and they're no longer allowed to want to be viewed as attractive? It's kind of weird.
That's what you see throughout the video. It's absolutely disturbing because this is how they really get people to follow them and follow into their agenda. That's why you see more and more women in their 40s and 50s that don't act like mothers. They act like they're 15, 18 years old. They get liposuction. They get all this stuff done, all this work done to their face. They dress like prostitutes.
Does Call think most people get major cosmetic surgery? Call, we live in the United States. Most people can't even afford to go get a checkup. People are not getting random elective surgery. You're probably noticing that people in their 40s just look better than they used to in the past because, yes, we have an obesity epidemic in the United States, but, overall people are healthier. There's less smoking. People are, I don't know. We're in many ways in a better place than older people were back in the day in terms of how fast we age. A lot of it has to do with the smoking. Nick with 45-bit says, how do you think they became mothers in the first place, Call? Also, less lead helps, I think.
This is from the example that's been being set by Kim Kardashian and all of these women out there that they pump through the media, pump on the TV. Everybody watches them and worships them and wants to act like them. These women are Satanists. These women...
Yeah, sunscreens. People are outside less than they used to be in general, I think, so probably, yes, less UV exposure, even without the sunscreen. Yeah.
Women are vile. These women are not examples. You shouldn't be following any man or woman of this earth. You should be following Jesus Christ. But these women are just absolute trash. So don't follow their example. But look at this blatantly obvious symbolism.
Glad you could make it to a stream, Piper.
If you don't think it's ridiculous as it is already with what we've seen, look, there's the pentagram right on this woman's breast. She's got 2 pentagrams, upside down pentagrams, right on her breast.
Oh shoot,
That's not
I forgot my
blatantly obvious
necklaces.
enough for you?
Baja, I don't know if you're still listening, but if you are and there's a cat on you, I understand. That's fine. You don't have to get it. But I really wanted to wear those necklaces. Baja got me this cute choker and necklace for Christmas. That's like a serpent and an Illuminati eye, and it's so cool.
Okay, how about they cut to the next woman? Look at this one. She's wearing the all-seeing eye drawn right on her chest, right in front of your face. You think she's making a fashion statement? Oh, right.
Yeah, it's an eye with eye makeup on. It's just a bold fashion statement like the rest of the things she got on. Are the hoop earrings? Oh, what is this? It looks like almost like a rain slicker overall and donut mouse ears, also Illuminati symbols?
Right, they do this just so they can get people like me to get under my skin, right? People, they want to poke fun at people out there who believe in the occult and believe in...
Yeah, we're making fun of you. I'm literally about to do it right now.
Oh, good boy, Ellie.
Thanks, love.
You gonna do a cat cam?
Yeah. I gotta show this jewelry off because it's cool. Yeah, look what you got.
So...
Serpent choker. Yeah. And then like an all-seeing eye pendant thing. If it'll focus. It's pretty cool. Let's see if the choker fits. I haven't tried this on yet.
You gotta hold your hair up, love.
Nice.
I could even put it up a little bit.
It's actually not as tight as I thought it'd be.
You want me to tighten it a little bit?
Sure. I'll play the video while we're doing this.
The Illuminati and these Satanists, right? They want to poke fun, so they go out of their way in these videos to just troll people like me. Sure, that's honestly what people out there believe. They think that these celebrities who spend millions of dollars on these videos go...
This in particular, I don't think they're trolling anyone, Call. It's not necessarily an all-seeing eye, it's just an eye. I'm trolling you when I'm putting this on, but this person doesn't know you exist, and they didn't dress themselves anyway. It's a music video. They definitely hired someone to do the wardrobe.
Go out of their way to put the all-seeing eye in it. They go out of their way to put the pyramids in it, the black and white tile, all that stuff.
Oops. Morak says, I get one, right? And there's a link, which I'll click in a second. He's the main character for sure. Of course he is. No one's more important than Call for an Uprising. Thank you. It's an anime Rickroll. Fuck me. I love you too. I'll go. More off. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? It's probably worth it. Anyway. Where did he go? There he is.
Because they want to troll us. So they
looked like an evil eye talisman or an anti-evil eye talisman. I don't even know what that means. Hydrate. It protects against evil eye jealousy. Together with the anti-jealousy amulet on the reverse side, this amulet ensures you stay shielded from harm caused by those envious of you. Oh no, why do people believe in magic bullshit?
They invest all their time and their money into trolling the few of us who are awake out there. Yeah, sure. So you have the Baphomet pentagrams right there in plain sight. You have the all-seeing eye right on this person's chest. Couldn't be more obvious, folks, right in front of your face. You can even see this one woman on her wrist.
They're not trying to be subtle. They're intentionally trying to be subversive with their fashion choice.
She's got the stars on her wrist.
What would Call think of this cloak you got for Christmas? Oh, that's really sweet. That's an awesome cloak. Well, he already thinks we worship Satan because we happen to be trans, so...
I've exposed the symbol of the star on this channel. What the star represents is the pentagram as well. Doesn't have to have the connecting line through it. The star is the pentagram, the five-pointed star, which is used in witchcraft. That's why you see celebrities have the star tattoos on their wrists, on their necks, on their ears, and nobody says anything. Nobody goes, wait, are they just big fans of stars? Are they fans of the Dallas Cowboys? I mean,
stars are a very common, like, I literally today, look, my leggings have stars on them because they're like galaxy leggings. It's not uncommon to have stars and shit on stuff, Call. What do you want people to put on their clothing?
Why would you have a star? It's a marking. It's part of being a part of the craft, okay? That's what it's there for. So you see a woman with that on her wrist. You also see them dressed in black and white here at the end. A few of these women are dressed in black and white bathing suits, right? Deliberately showing you the black and white and the esoteric beliefs that they have, the Baphomet that they worship, paying homage to him, as well as to the Freemasons. And then you can actually see, it gets cut off, but I took a picture, tried to zoom in here. This woman who has a glass of milk in her hand appears to have the actual Baphomet on her belt buckle, but I couldn't get a close enough picture of it.
It's a wolf, you idiot! It looks like a wolf.
The frames go fast, but if you can make it out, you can see the two horns on both sides.
Their ears!
It looks to me to be the Baphomet. So you have all of this symbolism in a 3-minute and 40-second song.
Everything I don't recognize is Satan.
You're telling me that they just went out of their way to do the same signs that I point out in all of these videos when I expose them. Right? The bath is always there. The baptism is talking about the baptism that is to come. Everybody's going to be rebaptized into the
Dynamite Jellyfish says, I just joined. In is Mike. I don't know what that means.
Christ. These Satanists, when they accept Satan and they denounce Jesus Christ, they get rebaptized. Usually it's in, when I talk to Zachary King and other Satanists that I've spoken to who have converted and come back to Christianity, they do
Was
it.
Zachary King the fraud who claimed to be a Satanist, but he was fake? Hold on. Zachary King. Zachary King is American and most known for his magic finds, which are 6-second videos. Hold on. Zachary King, Satanist. Dynamite Jellyfish with 50 bits says, I just joined. Does Call think milk is of the devil now? I guess. Zachary King tells a story from High Wizard of Satan's World Church to the Catholic Church. Which is funny, because Call doesn't like Catholics now either. Yeah, I'm guessing he's another one of these grifters that came out of the satanic panic and claimed he was an ex-Satanist when really they just are people who are grifting.
They get baptized in fecal matter, in blood, pig guts, all that kind of stuff. But we see the milk baptism occurring all the time with these Satanists. They do the milk baptisms and when they protest and do all this stuff. So you see that in the video, the blatantly obvious bathtub. You see the blatantly obvious black and white tile, as if a school classroom would have black and white tile floors, just ridiculously obvious. Everybody's dressed in the black and white, right? You see the sun worship going on. You see the stars, right, all over their clothing. You see the all-seeing eye right in front of your face, folks, right there on this woman's chest. And, of course, you see the pentagrams. What more do you need to see to realize that these false idols, these women, these vile human beings who are part of Hollywood or part of the music industry are all working for the Antichrist system? They are all part of it. They are...
Evidence would help.
Brainwashing the man.
Does this count for cat on bingo? It does.
Masses into following along with this lifestyle, this perversion. And they're going to be used as frontmen to get people to follow into the Antichrist system, because people look up to and worship Kim Kardashian and all of these women in this video, just like they look up to Beyonce and Rihanna and all of these, the cast of characters out there, the cast of the circus, because that's really what all these people are. They look like they belong in a traveling circus together. I mean, look at the wardrobes and all this stuff. This is what they promote, folks. So right there, whether you take the...
Drinking milk. Dr. Gamble 50-bit says, calls nightmare.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
I like Psychonauts. Nick says, have my bits, Ollie. Thanks, Ollie. You're a good bits promoter.
The message of the, oh, well, this song is an women. I'm sure people are going to look at it as women's empowerment. Oh, look, you could be a mom and still be beautiful. All this nonsense that people buy into, that they tell you is...
Call thinks all moms are ugly, confirmed.
Is what the video is really about. But it's filled with all of these satanic occultic symbols, as all of them are, because Fergie is just another one of these Satanist, vile, filthy human beings that's a part of this satanic network. You could see all the symbols right in plain sight. They're not even hiding it. I mean, that pentagram, everybody should know what the pentagram represents. I mean, what would 2 pentagrams be doing on this woman's breasts?
They do, which is why they're using the pentagram call in order to intentionally call out to a mystical, Satanist, subversive thing. That's the intent. But the thing is, most people don't actually take that seriously because, again, Satan isn't real, and magic isn't real, so no one takes it seriously like you do.
In this video, if it wasn't strategically placed there, I mean, it's unbelievable how obvious it is. And the all-seeing eye couldn't be more obvious. This is what's going on. So this is how they get people conditioned with their symbols. They show those symbols to one another. They flash it right in front of our faces, and nobody wants to wake up to it. Everybody wants to keep sleeping, thinking that everything's going to be okay, everything's fine. People like me are nut jobs because we see all these...
Call, this video was 5 years ago. You are a nut job. Nothing you've said has come true.
Symbols flashed over and over, and we don't believe it's a coincidence, because it's not a coincidence. This is disgusting. It's disturbing. The video is just filled with perversion and nudity alongside these satanic symbols, and it's just one of those kinds of videos, folks. When you watch it, you just scratch your head and you go, give me a break. Really? Right in your face, all-seeing eye. Right in your face, the pentagrams. Right in your face.
Oh, he's angry.
The black and white tile. Right in your face, the satanic milk bath baptism. Right in your face. In 3 minutes, they put all this in. They even have time to throw in the stars and throw in the sun worship. All of this stuff in 3 minutes. It's unbelievable what they get away with. I just wanted to point that out to everybody out there. These symbols need to be exposed. Okay, they have to continue to be exposed. People who are asleep need to start looking at these things and saying, oh, wait a minute. Okay, what's going on here? To dig deeper, to start their awakening process. I know a lot of people out there are already light years ahead of where everybody else is, but I have to stay focused on helping people who are sound asleep wake up, who watch these videos and worship these false idols, to realize, look at the symbols. Look at the symbols in all these videos. Watch the videos that I expose. You see the same symbols in the majority of these videos. 90% of them are the same videos, the same exact symbols used. What do you think? They all just happen to like milk baths or baths? Everybody likes to take baths in all their videos. Everybody loves the look of the black and white tile. I mean, give me a break. If these...
It's striking. Yeah, the black and white makes sense because it's, you know, they're opposites.
People are supposed to be considered artistic. Everybody looks at them, they go, oh, they're so artistic and so talented. Then why don't they do anything original? They're not artistic. It's all the same stuff. It's all the same symbolism.
Why would you be trying to look for originality in mainstream biggest pop stars in the world? Go find an indie band. Jesus Christ.
Nothing artistic going on. Or they'd say, wait a minute. I've seen the black and white tile thing before. I've seen the milk, the milk bath before. Shouldn't we do something different? I've seen the all-seeing eye. Should we do something different? Of course not. It has to be there. It's strategically placed there. And that's what's going on. This is the world that we live in. These Satanists run and control everything. And then the puppets on the front line, these musicians like Fergie and Beyonce and Rihanna, all of them pump out all of this satanic symbolism right in front of your face. They indoctrinate you with the craft right in front of your face. And instead of people seeing the symbols, they just watch and go, ooh, look at the breasts. Ooh, look how pretty so-and-so is. Oh, wow, how old is she? Oh, wow. Meanwhile, they're flashing it and showing you what's going on. It's not hard to figure out. Everybody out there, let's keep waking up. Let's keep sharing these videos. Let's keep tapping our friends in the...
Yeah, baths are aesthetically associated with luxury, and like I said earlier, it's also a good excuse to get your attractive pop star scantily clad.
shoulders who are asleep and saying, give me a break. Look at the signs. Look at the symbols. They're showing it to you. They're pretty much telling you...
Speak the Truth says, checkerboard or chessboard tile has been popular since the 50s, call.
Flat out. That they are a part of
I think it even predates that, honestly.
satanic network. Period. Thank you for listening to today's show. I'll keep all of you in my prayers. God bless you all, and may peace be with you.
He used to have a lot more energy. You notice that? What's his issue? Like, seriously, what the fuck is his problem? So that's Call. Like I said, he hasn't been putting anything out new lately, so I just thought it'd be fun to take a look at some of his old stuff. You get it. Let's take a look at the bingo card, because I think we got a lot of stuff. Misattribution of coincidence? I don't think it's that. I think it's, no. Illuminati Freemasons. Satanic. Spurious symbology is evidence. Cats. I don't think he talked about the Mark of the Beast, did he? The Deep State. He didn't say the Deep State. I think that's it. Someone asked about 32. What was 32? What media did he cite from 20 years ago? Someone says 46. No. 82. No. Actually, yes, because he did the guy said the slur. Cites fiction as fact. How so? Who cited fiction as fact? 58 during penis guy? Okay, I'll believe you on that one. Which is me putting my head in my hands for a while. Ritual child abuse from the last video. We have that one, yeah. Thank you. I think that's it. $58? Wait, what was 58? Or did I already do it? Wrong button. Sorry. $58. We got it. Cool. No, I haven't died from laughter. Oh, there goes the kitty cam. Shit. Sorry. Let me fix it. Better. Oh, shit. Sorry, kitty. I know. I'm making scary noises. Okay. So this one's interesting. This one comes direct from Michigan. So this is also going to be, why is it always Michigan on the bingo card? This is someone who gets posted on Call's website. Goes by the name of Uncool Paranoia on YouTube. And she is at the campus of Michigan State University. University in Lansing, Michigan. Let me hydrate. And she and a friend are just going to talk about some conspiracy stuff while they walk around the campus.
Of Michigan State University. So that's where we are right now. I'm on Facebook Live, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
So, yeah, I was telling you about the Apis bull, which is, it was in Egypt, and it was a bull that was, think Babe the Blue Ox, like huge, right? It was like ginormous bull. And, like the Greek fraternities, the fraternities that are on campuses and stuff.
Logarth says more like paranoia.
Back in the day, their rituals for their initiations were, let's say, not as tame as they are now.
Yeah, universities across the country have banned or basically put the kibosh on a lot of hazing rituals, which are really gross and weird and abusive, and that's a good thing.
And they're not known for being tame now. You know, they do the hazing and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, when the Greek fraternity system was first established in the colleges, the initiations were a lot different. They would do things related to the bull worship and stuff like that. And what I'm about to show you is right here in the middle of campus. It's really innocuous. You wouldn't even know it was there. But when you see it, it's going to be amazing to you that it's still there. And then you'll realize how important it is to the very fabric of our university system in the United States that they kept this in place on campus all these years.
It's probably just a cool statue. What is wrong with you?
From back when they first had it. Where is it? Right there. See that little stone thing right there? Flip the camera so they can...
All right.
They don't want to look at ugly old me.
I wasn't sure if you were done speaking, so let's see.
Oh, I'm never done speaking.
All right, we're looking at a little stone thing.
Yeah, see that little stone thing over there?
Oh, that right there?
Yeah, it looks... What is it? Why is it there?
What is that stone thing?
What could it possibly be?
All right.
Keep in mind...
Editing? What's that?
Like I said, the original initiation ceremonies for the Greek fraternities were not, you know, quote-unquote tame. You know, it didn't used to be drinking and partying and spanking each other and running around the campus naked and all that dumb
burning
stuff.
cars up.
Right, burning couches after football games.
It's a Facebook Live video, though. Yeah, which she then exported, so she could have edited this.
They used to do stuff like they would put people in a tomb and they would slaughter an animal over the top of them and let the blood drip down onto the person.
Yeah, I don't know how true any of that is. If it were the case that any fraternities were doing that, it's because, like, early 20-year-olds are really fucked up and idiots, and fraternities are stupid. It's not actually magic or satanic or occult. It's just dumb college kids being idiots. And yes, the Bible also has animal sacrifice.
That was being initiated. And this was one of those.
So there's just like a hole in the ground behind this statue, which probably just goes down to the tunnels under MSU. For those who don't know, MSU has these tunnels underneath it that no one can get into now. They used to be able to, but then a kid died down there. So they don't let anyone down there anymore. They're pretty strict about it. But there are tunnels under MSU. I don't know if this is related to it. I don't know if this hole goes down into them or if it's just a different hole. But it could potentially be something that leads to those tunnels. A kid died down there. Yeah, the D&D kid. Yeah, it had to do with D&D. So I think they were called like the steam tunnels or something. I don't remember exactly, but a kid died down there. It was a whole thing, so now they're blocked off for students and stuff.
This was one of the tombs that they would put people in and drain the blood from a slaughtered animal.
It's a fountain! What? Mazes and Monsters is a pretty far out game.
On to the initiates for an initiation.
Why does she believe it? It's literally a fucking fountain for the class of 1900. Hey, dummy, you know what's under the fountain? Probably the reservoir for the water for the fountain. It's clearly not functional anymore, but that's probably what it was.
Get the heck out of here.
Yeah, seriously.
And she's just gonna believe him. She just believes him at face value. Genius.
And it says a lot that they've kept it here.
It's a fountain that got put up by the class of 1900 over 120 years ago. Why would they remove it? In fact, I think they should probably clean it up because it's gross and probably needs to be restored. That's a cool thing to have on your campus. MSU's been around for a while, so it's cool to have, you know, a history of your university that goes back that far. They keep it there because why would they remove it? It's historical. Do I remember the D&D chick track that was turned into a movie? I do. Dark Dungeons.
Wait, so I'm gonna need you to say that one more time. Let's come to the front. Explain what this is.
It's a fountain, you idiot! It's a fountain! Literally no one can fit down there! You can literally see the ground. It goes down this deep. They were having meetings down there where people in the year 1900, 6 inches tall. How stupid could you be? Logarth says, universities back then, or rather, sorry, universities back when coal was the most common heating fuel, a central power plant would pipe steam to all the buildings on the campus for heating. Hot water and cold water as well as sewers sometimes. That's why there is a fountain there, probably easy access to water.
They would put the initiate down there.
You literally couldn't fit a person down there! What? Look at it! You're literally looking at it! You are literally looking at it! You couldn't even fit a child down there! Much less a fucking college-age human being! Hernandy Owl says, careful Hannah, don't diss the Lollipop Guild. Bittergrin says, little known fact, the class of 1900 was entirely pixies.
That was their tomb.
Lady! What the hell? Are you even looking at the same thing as me? It's a fountain! Oh god, I accidentally all capsed it.
Then...
Not even Peter is this gullible. I don't know, if Trump told him this story, he'd probably believe it.
On the front, they would slaughter an animal, and the blood would drip down onto the initiate.
It's a fountain!
In the tomb. And that was their initiation.
And this is how people got in.
Let's see. Hold on. Incognito. MSU class. I don't know if this will come up. Class of 1900 fountain. Don't know if anything will come up. Here it is. Class of 1900 fountain. Date unknown. Creator, C.E. Walter. Subjects, campus. Description. This photograph shows a view of a fountain on campus from the class of 1900. The text on the front reads, Fountain, M-A-C. You can see a picture of it right here. Oh, look, it's actually a photo when it was still running, too. And wouldn't you look at that? It had a little lion on it, and you can literally see the water coming out of it. It's almost like it's a motherfucking water fountain. Oh, you couldn't see it. Sorry. Let me pull it back up. Apologies. Wait, why can't you... Oh, duh, you can't see it. I gotta do the incognito window. And switch the thing to that. Window capture. Display capture. How's that? Can you see that? It's an old picture of the water fountain that clearly shows water coming out of it, and there used to be a sidewalk that cut through there as well. Oh no, it's the wrong... God damn it, it has the wrong display. Hold on, I'm sorry, guys. I'm fixing it! There... No. God dang it. There we go. Guys, it's a mother flippin' fountain. You can see the water coming out of it. The Forgotten Class Stone. This is a stone that was done by the same group. Class of 1900, there's a fountain. Man drinking from the class of 1900 water fountain. Date unknown. So again, it's literally a fountain that you can go drink water out of. It's no longer in service. Surprise, it's over 100 years old. But it's not satanic. It's not an animal sacrifice. These people are idiots.
Initiated into fraternities.
The Greek fraternities.
Greek fraternities.
When they were initially started, yes.
Back in the day.
Yes. And it's a very old tradition in Greek mythology to slaughter animals and drip blood on people for whatever reason.
That is insane. White oak. That is insane.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, though.
That branch is holding that up.
If you look, uncool. See how they got that sign on the...
Yeah.
Because Michigan State University is an agricultural college, all through campus, you can actually find...
That branch right here is holding up the rest of that tree right there.
Yeah. You actually find those markers all over campus.
Man, I gotta look at this one more time. I'm listening. Lift this again for me, man. This is just crazy.
Can you imagine?
It's the reservoir where the water...
Imagine?
You stupid people. You stupid people.
In a dark night, midnight, crawl down there. We're gonna entomb you.
So they would put people in there?
No, they wouldn't. Why does she believe this person?
Yeah.
And let the animal blood drip on them.
Yeah, and then they would slaughter an animal in the front, and the blood would drain down.
Class of 1900.
Onto the person.
Looks like an old-fashioned waterfall. Get a drink.
Oh my goodness. On Michigan State University campus, and they kept it here.
Yeah. You can actually do research on that particular thing, and
I did, and it was bullshit. Surprise.
There's a whole article about it. But it's really interesting because, like that sign on the oak tree right there, there's actually a witch's garden. There's different gardens all over campus that they do.
We're not that far from the witch's garden.
Yeah, it's probably closed down for the most part because it's...
Marcus Drake with 50 bits says, the way he moves effortlessly between Apis, the Egyptian deity in Greek mythology, makes me want to scream.
But they'll actually, it's funny, because they'll actually have labels on the plant. This is henbane, or this is wolf's bane, or this is witch's hazel, or whatever, and it'll tell you, it'll tell you flat out, oh, eating the leaves of this plant are deadly poisonous or whatever, and they're growing it right there.
Yeah, they put that on there as a warning so you don't eat it. Are you stupid? They're growing plants at this agricultural college that are deadly, and they even warn you that they're deadly. Why would they do that? I've been to MSU, just so people know. It's a cool campus if you've never seen it. I've seen their gardens. They're beautiful places. Walking through one of the gardens, it's very cool, and they have all sorts of different plants all over the place in these gardens. I'll tell you one thing they had. I don't remember if it was poison ivy or poison oak. This is a school that has, people who do all sorts of stuff with plants and agriculture and stuff. So they have these gardens, so you can go there and see all sorts of varieties of plants. So, including dangerous ones. In this garden, which is very cool, they had, I don't remember if it was poison oak or poison ivy, but it was there in the garden. It was right there. If you're an idiot, you could touch it, but there's literally a sign right there that's like red, and it says like, hey, don't touch this. It will hurt you, but this is poison ivy or poison oak or whatever, and here's what it is. Because it's a college, and the people there, they're adults. It's not illegal to grow these things. It's literally a garden of all sorts of different biodiversity. They had everything when I was there. They showed there were hops, there were all sorts of like wildflowers. Like, it was crazy. It's a very cool place. I'd recommend if you're like anywhere around the area. It's cool. It's not sinister. Educated people just aren't afraid of witchcraft because it's not the Dark Ages. H-Baird says, fun fact, the Apis bull is the reason we know how the ancient Egyptians mummified people. The mummifiers of people had no need to write anything down, but the Apis priest didn't do the procedure every day, so they needed a written guide so they could mummify the Apis bull when it died. Oh, that's cool.
Right. I bet that's never
like
been used for...
Poison garden? Let's take a look. The poison garden. These plants can kill you. Yeah, it's cool. I've seen stuff like this. Yeah. Gardens full of stuff that are poisonous.
UK flowers to be very careful. So it's the brainchild of the Dutch.
Very cool. Again, these people are so ignorant that they genuinely cannot fathom why someone would be growing things like wolfsbane or something that would be toxic if you were to ingest it.
Nefarious purposes.
Nefarious sacrifice, ritual purposes.
Iconic MSU clock tower.
Man, I used to come here a lot when my brother was going here back in, the early 2000s. It's been a minute since I've been on this campus.
Well, like I was telling you on the way out here, the main reason we came out to East Lansing off the highway was to show you the sprawl of the stack and pack apartments that are going.
Nick with 45 bits says snipe and becomes a stream boss.
Went up between here and Lansing, because a lot of people don't know that East Lansing and Lansing, it's not the east side of Lansing. It's a whole different city out here. They got their own government and everything. There's a couple of X's in the window right there.
Yeah? There sure are. And?
Yep.
It's kind of a hobby of mine is architecture.
Architecture. Masonry.
I'm sure What's that say?
Actual brick masonry.
Whatsoever man.
Whatsoever a man soweth. But if you look up in the top left corner, you'll see the owl right there. No, right here in the...
Yep.
See the owl right there? Yeah. Nice little Moloch sitting there.
Yep.
Helping us direct our lives.
Helping out the Spartan.
Yeah. You know.
You can't find a single thing about even a rumored ritual about a fountain anywhere on near MSU's campus. Wow, it's almost like he's completely full of shit and is just making things up or repeating things he's heard on the internet on insane conspiracy forums while doing no actual fact-checking of his own. It's shocking.
Wouldn't be the same without Moloch. So yeah, what'd you think of our tour there?
Man, this was pretty fun, man. I had no idea this is what the day was gonna entail.
I didn't know people were gonna lead me around and make up stories about bullshit.
Honoring the beauty of the Michigan State University campus.
It is a nice campus.
It is. It's a beautiful.
It's a nice campus. It's a shame about all the Satanism.
Campus. It is.
Go green.
Go white.
Go SDS. Student bookstore.
Yeah, I do wish that they wouldn't burn couches and riot. You know?
All right.
They keep it out here.
In the name of sportsmanship.
Right.
But that's a beautiful tower, though. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely iconic.
Yep. It's a nice campus. This was definitely a nice day to do this with it being closed and everything so we can get the shot, get in, get out. Yeah.
Right. 800,000 people out here.
Yeah. Can you imagine a typical day?
I've been out here during football. It's funny because it sounds like kind of lower class or whatever, but a lot of people from Lansing will come out here during the football games.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just take people's cans that are people that are tailgating. You know, they'll be like, hey, you know, just take. Oh yeah, I know people that have.
It's full of poor college kids, dipshit. Do you not understand why they'd be like collecting cans? They're probably trying to get beer money. They're college kids.
Came out here and made $150, $200 in a couple of hours.
Taking cans?
Just taking cans from people.
I better read that comic. I'm not a big webcomic person. I know you've told me multiple times to read that webcomic. Zarek Shadow says, you know, I'm a nerdy guy who likes to read historical plaques and look at statues in public areas when I come across them, but I've never thought to weave a bullshit story about Satanism and sacrifice about what I see. Yeah, you're a well-adjusted human being. This guy's got issues.
Yeah, for the deposit?
And inevitably, yeah, because, you know, in Michigan we have the carbon, you know, if it's carbonated, they got to have a 10-cent deposit on it. But a lot of times people will be going into the stadium and, you know, they'll have half fists of liquor or whatever. They can't take it in the stadium, and they'll just, hey, you want this? And, yeah. I had a guy give me like a half a case of beer one time. But yeah, it's almost like a cottage industry in Lansing during.
Where we spent our honeymoon out here.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it's almost like a cottage industry in Lansing. People, hey, there's a game. Let's go get some bottles. Can dogging, they call it.
Can dogging.
Yeah.
Let's go can dogging.
You know, I spoke to a Uber driver who said she drove up here during one of the Michigan State games and was just doing rides just around the campus.
Yeah.
She said she did a 10-hour day of just driving on the campus. She said she made so much money of just going back and forth, just lifting people on the campus.
Yeah,
I used to drive for Lyft, and I would be in this area specifically because
well, because you can see how parking is around here.
Yep.
It's like impossible.
Before I shut this video, but this is just Michigan State campus, and he showed me a crazy monument back.
What an idiot. I can't believe this. I mean, I can believe it because, again, this is someone who gets posted on Call's website. So, like, you know, of course it's going to be full of, like, crazy people. But genuinely, it's pretty shocking to see, like, how gullible she is. Oh, still in Lansing, it looks like. That's the Capitol building. Lansing is the capital of Michigan, for those who don't know. I live in Michigan, so I've been to Lansing. And that building back there behind them with the spire, that's the Michigan State Capitol building.
All my life.
Yeah, I'm showing some things that people just don't know about here. So, you can see the Capitol is right here. This is the famous Christmas balls of downtown Lansing. Like, everybody takes their pictures in front of the balls. But, yeah, that right there is where the very first, it was called Operation Gridlock, is what I think you're going to refer to later. The protests that started in Lansing.
Yeah,
the very first one was a grassroots, started on Facebook, supposedly organic, and it's actually led to political candidates coming forward and running and stuff like that. So it is really interesting to look at what
Operation Gridlock definitely propelled a few new politicians, careers that are still thriving to this day from the Facebook groups that started from all those protests.
Yes.
Because I was literally in one of those Facebook groups just because I was curious.
Right.
I just wanted to know if it was real, what was going on.
Right.
So not knowing it
Who's the most famous notable governor of Michigan? That's a good question. I actually don't know. Most well-known Michigan governor. I mean, Whitmer was... people tried to kidnap her. Let's take a look. How about just a list of the governors of Michigan? Jesse Ventura was not us. We have made mistakes, Rick Snyder. But we did not make that particular mistake. Let's see, from the beginning, William Hull, Lewis Cass, George Bryan Porter, Stephen T. Mason, John S. Horner, Stevens T. Mason, William Woodbridge, James Wright Gordon, John S. Barry, Alphys Felch, William L. Greenlee, Epaphroditus Ransom. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna, no. I'm just gonna skip ahead to more modern. So like 1950s. John Swaitson, George W. Romney. Oh yeah, Romney was the governor, wasn't he? His dad? Yeah, sorry. I forgot about that. George W. Romney, William Milken, James Blanchard, John Engler, Jennifer Granholm, Rick Schneider, Gretchen Whitmer. Probably the most famous then has to be Romney, just by virtue of his kid running for president. Rick Snyder, huge, absolute piece of dog shit, terrible fucking person. Fuck him. Logard says, totally unrelated but hilarious. Not a Rickroll. Thank you.
Bro, why am I lagging? Bro, why am I lagging?
What the fuck?
It was going to have major significance. The group had grown.
What Michigan resident has the name on the most public places? Probably the DeVosses, if I had to guess.
So large within 3 days.
Yeah, are you talking about Stand Up Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Kevin Spinner. Lansing, Michigan. We're starting our tour today. I'm going to be showing Uncool some things.
Oh, no.
that a lot of people don't know. So, but we're going to start here getting some food because we hungry, right?
I'm so hungry.
So hungry. So
it's
until
12 noon, and we have not eaten yet. And this is one of the only spots. It's just so happen to be open on Christmas Day because we're the weird ones and don't really do Christmas.
Oh,
right, and it's one of the best places to eat in Lansing. So we'll be back. See ya. So here we are in the actual Arts Pub in Lansing, Michigan. But we're not going to show you us eating and stuff. We're just taking clips and...
I've eaten in this bar. God damn it.
Knows what it'll look like in the end.
And most interesting, the menu is actually limited to wings and appetizers only, because most people call
good bacon.
Right. Nobody wants.
Right?
Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to work.
Yep.
Oh well. See you later. Bye.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so we're gonna start our tour. We've already ate. I'm gonna be teaching Uncool Paranoia some just very interesting things about Michigan and Lansing, Michigan in general. We're starting here at the statue of George Washington, as you can see, in full Freemasonic regalia. We're at the Elliott Larson State Office Building. This is just a random office building in downtown Lansing.
Yeah, it probably has a Mason symbol on there because George Washington was a member of the Freemasons. The Freemasons are not a nefarious group. Again, they're a fraternity.
Downtown Lansing, first fact.
Ari Anand says, sorry this is off topic, but I just found out from my mom that my little brother's friend got kicked out of his house from his abusive father, and now we're basically going to be taking him in. So it's like I'll have another little brother this late in life, and I don't really know how to feel. I'm glad we're going to be helping, but I still feel kind of weird about it. Does that make me a bad person? Just needed some support. I don't think it inherently makes you a bad person, but, like, it's going to be an adjustment. But as long as you know it's, like, a good thing, that's fine. It's going to be different, I'm sure. But it's nice, and it's a good thing that your family's willing to do that. That's great. Zarek says, most interesting moment in Michigan history? I don't know Michigan history things.
Fact that we're going to have on this tour is that downtown Lansing's area code is 48933. So this area that we're in, not the area code, the zip code, I'm sorry. The zip code.
Is he going to say 33? Because it's at the end, and he's going to be like, 33 Freemasons, blah, blah, blah.
Is 48933. So this is Uncool Paranoia. What do you think about just old George here, random, on a street corner in Lansing? Now.
Okay, I'm going to save this actual video for another day, because I think we covered enough with her. But I do want to cover this at some point, because I've been to Lansing, and I recognize a lot of these places. So it's interesting to see people going around and trying to come up with conspiratorial bullshit about them, but I'll save this for next time or another time and all that. I missed your bits earlier, sorry about that. Marcus Drake says, Epaphroditus was a New Testament saint for both Eastern Orthodox and the Catholic Church. Oh, okay. Is Jake a Michigan historian? He went to college for history, but just general history, not Michigan history. No, he went to college to be a high school history teacher. So he took a lot of history stuff. He does have his degree. I don't know specifically, like, what his degree says. But I know he has it. You'd think I know. I've known the guy for 10 years. You'd think I know what his degree is in specific, but I just know it's history. And teaching, obviously. Okay, let's watch someone bitch about what they perceive to be, quote-unquote, the gay agenda. That is, of course, the gay agenda on the bingo card as well.
A gay agenda. Whenever anyone alludes to an agenda, the instant reaction from low-level thinkers, apologists, and enablers is to call...
You can tell this guy's a high-level thinker because he's on BitChute, and this video has 116 views. Very impressive.
Call it a conspiracy theory, attack the character of the person making the claim, and make snide remarks. When it comes to the possibility of an agenda, people should keep compartmentalization in mind, where the higher up the pyramid you are, the more you're aware of what's going on. Bear this in mind when we delve into this video topic, because there's no doubt that a lot of people enabling...
Don't forget he sounds like Sargon, because he has a UK accent. And I don't know what specific accent that is. I know there are many, many accents within the UK. But are you saying that just because he sounds like that?
The gay agenda are blissfully unaware of what they're involved in and are simply partaking in a sexual lifestyle. Gays have essentially always existed and always will, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to delve into the driving force behind what constitutes a gay agenda in modern society.
No, he doesn't sound like Sargon in any way other than the fact that he's from, like, Britain or something.
And what it aims to achieve. It's becoming increasingly difficult to keep up with the growing number of sexualities that are part of the gay agenda.
The growing number of sexualities? What? What are you talking about? Like, sexualities are descriptive, not prescriptive. So you're not coming up with new things. You're just describing things people already feel, right? So there are straight people, there are gay people, there are bi people who are attracted to either gender in terms of like masculine or feminine, or men or women. There are people who are pansexual, which can be in theory attracted to like any kind of person regardless of their gender. There are asexual people who are generally not interested. There are different kinds of asexuality. I understand that under the heading, but I'm just using the umbrella asexuality. I know the word finsexual because of Daddy Sume, which basically means attracted to feminine but not really caring about genitals. Again, it's not creating new sexualities, it's just defining already existing sexualities. They're not new, they're just coming up with words to describe things that already exist. Adia Blue says, I know the gay agender. I met them at FurCon before COVID. Hydrate.
And as I will reveal in this video, this is quite deliberate. For the sake of clarity and accuracy, I will often refer to all these sexualities as either fetishes or sexual deviancy. I'd also like to say that I'm not going to spend a lot of time providing evidence here, because this video...
Shocking! He's not going to provide evidence? Weird.
...is about the bigger picture of the gay agenda.
Normally, if you're talking big picture, you still provide evidence for your claims. That's not really a good excuse.
That said, I've provided plenty of evidence and sources over the years, which I don't want to waste time.
That's an interesting strategy. I'm not going to provide any sources here, but trust me, I have in the past. Don't look it up, though. I'm not going to tell you where to find it. I just did, so just assume everything I'm saying is true. Cool.
Revisiting. One of the biggest deflections you'll come across whenever anyone complains about alleged homophobia and other hatred directed towards those living a fetish lifestyle is that these people...
Oh my goodness. Being in the LGBT community is not a fetish lifestyle. Me being bisexual is not a fetish. Me being trans is not a fetish. Neither of these things are fetishes to me. They just aren't. They're just who I am. A fetish is like something you need to get off, or something that helps you get off. None of those things get me off. I don't get off at the thought of being trans. I don't get off at the thought of being bi. I just am trans and am bi. Like, what? KBS666, thanks for subscribing with Prime for 10 months, says, so much fun, but this guy is nuts. Not being straight is not a fetish. I have fetishes, and I'm straight. Ashy Boo says, I have sources. They just go to a different school, and you wouldn't know them.
People have been tolerated in other times in history.
Gender euphoria is better than sex. They're both good.
That were forced underground due to oppression. All social justice movements push this kind of narrative which drives the agenda forward, although it would be inaccurate to put all social justice movements in the same category as something like the abolition of slavery. Often this narrative is built on a mixture of half-truths and outright lies, and the gay agenda is no different. It's certainly true that fetish lifestyles have basically existed anywhere that civilization has ensued.
So, by what definition are they fetishes, then? Like, how are you defining fetish here? If you think all gay people and trans people are just fetishists, like, what do you think a fetish is? Like, if you think it's just a fetish, then let's give an example. Then why aren't we the, like, LGBT F community, the F standing for feet, like someone who's into feet, or someone who's into any other, like, sexual fetish? Like, there's a difference. Like, for instance, I'll give a good example. There are actual people who are into, like, feminization, which is a fetish, right? That's not being trans. That is a fetish that involves, typically, a cis man being feminized in some way, or being, like, put in traditionally feminine roles, feminine clothing, whatever, right? But that's not their identity. They don't actually identify as a woman. They don't feel more comfortable that way. In fact, often, to my understanding, it has something to do with, like, embarrassment. It's basically has to do with, like, an embarrassment kink or something like that. Not always, to my understanding, but those people exist. They're not trans or part of the LGBT community. That's their fetish, right? They get off on it. It's about sex for them. Me being trans, me being bisexual, not a fetish, right? I'm just attracted to both men and women, and I'm trans. Just means I was assigned male at birth. I have a penis, unfortunately, and I don't identify as that, and I'm making steps. Not everyone has to, of course. You don't have to change things medically in order to be trans, but I personally am changing things. It's not a fetish. You think I'd spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for a fucking fetish? No orgasm's that good, and I've had some good ones.
But it's also true that the more open this becomes, the more it coincides with the destruction of civilization, which would explain why so many moralists warn against the tolerance of sexual deviancy. A strong repression of women can coincide with male sexual deviancy, such as Islamic or ancient Greek culture. This goes hand in hand with the notion that women are so precious that they can't be defiled or viewed in public, and therefore need to spend their entire lives away from the temptation and prying eyes of men. But men in particular have a very strong sexual urge, and if this isn't tempered by a moral...
Wait, does he think women don't have strong sexual urges? That's a self-report.
...social code, they will find other ways to satisfy themselves in the absence of women. For some, this could be as simple as masturbation. For others, this could be far more in-depth, and this could become very dysfunctional or even sadistic.
We'll do a bingo update after the video.
Over the years, as I've studied this behaviour in detail, it hasn't convinced me that anyone is born with a gene that shapes their sexuality.
Why do you assume it's a gene? It can be sociological, or it could just be the natural state of things that some people are just attracted to both genders, no genders, whatever. Who cares? Like, the idea that there's a single gay gene, I don't even think has been, like, a common hypothesis for a while. Like, no, it wouldn't matter if it was a gene or not. Who cares?
Other than being male or female, which comes with a hardwired attraction to the opposite sex.
Oh, Baha, who is a developmental geneticist, says there have been genes linked to homosexuality, though. I actually didn't know that.
For the purpose of procreation. If a gay gene did exist, then there's no reason to believe that there isn't a gene for any other number of sexual lifestyles. And this is precisely the point. The people consciously pushing a gay agenda know that they're never going to find a gay or any other kind of sexuality gene, because it doesn't...
I don't think I've heard any rhetoric surrounding gay rights or anything involving, like, a gay gene ever in my lifetime. I know that used to be a talking point just to get people to come around to understanding the idea that, like, people don't choose to be gay or bi or whatever. They just are. It's an easy way of explaining it. It's a little bit how, like, people, it's a little bit how, like, trans people sometimes explain being trans to dumb people or religious people by saying, I'm a female soul trapped in a man's body. Like, that's not literally true. I don't believe in souls, but it helps idiots understand something. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to dumb something down for your audience. So if you need to explain being trans to someone who doesn't believe in sociology, but does believe in angels, then you say, I'm a female soul trapped in a man's body, right? Similar thing here. Isaac Inanimate says, I'm a trans man on testosterone and I have a feminization kink. It's more about the taboo attached to masculine people wearing women's clothing. Being forced is just an excuse to enjoy something you have been taught is bad. That's interesting. Yeah. See, sexuality and gender are very complicated. Thanks for sharing.
Exist. So they have to gradually push their agenda forward by making sex and reproduction two completely separate things. This allows them to put fetishes on a par with sexual intercourse, starting with the fetishes that more people would tolerate and working towards the ones that more people wouldn't. By the time we get to the latter, there will already be a pathway and template in place with hate crime legislation to silence dissent and a large number of politicians that are either sexual...
I mean, yeah, if you commit hate crimes on LGBT people or any group, honestly, yeah, you should be held accountable for that. Fuck you.
...deviants themselves or too self-serving to care about the consequences of their actions. This gradual acceptance is the reason why this agenda began as simply the gay movement and has slowly added more labels to its cause.
What? You understand that, like, Stonewall wasn't just a bunch of, like, cis gay men hanging out and throwing bricks, right? Like, trans people were also there. Other people were fucking there, dude. Learn something before you start talking about it.
First with lesbianism, then bisexuality, followed by trans identity, and now moving towards more ambiguous fetishes that resemble the ultimate aim of a sexual free-for-all, like queerness and pansexuality. Gradualism is how many radicals push for change, and it isn't something new.
First you could use this for anything else. By the way, to give context on the type of person this guy is, the recommended video on the right, you can't see it very well, but you can see part of the title. This is another video he posted called Why White People Are More Intelligent Than Black People. So this is who we're dealing with here, just so you know.
If
a racist, basically.
Radical agenda moves too quickly, the backlash will put a stop to it. This is why the first step for this agenda was homosexuality, by far the most socially accepted fetish in human history.
That's insane to say. No. That's the kind of thing you could only say out of ignorance in hindsight. Homosexuality in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, when the gay rights stuff was, you know, really kicked off at Stonewall, like in the 70s, and then prior to that, like, it was such a taboo. Being gay was associated, basically interlinked with the concept of being, like, a pedophile. People at the time publicly thought that all gay people were pedophiles. We've watched a educational, air quote, film from the 50s called Boys Beware that's basically all about conflating gay people and pedophilia. In no way in America was being gay okay or accepted. What are you talking about? It took time and energy and fighting. It took people going to prison. It took people fighting their whole lives just for the gay community to start to be able to come out and say, hey, I'm gay. I'm not a creep. I'm not a pedophile. I'm just an adult person who wants to be in consenting relationships with other adult peoples. Like, what is wrong with you? Are you an idiot? No wonder he says he doesn't want to provide any sources for his claims. Literally everything he's saying is bullshit. Marcus Drake with 50 bits says, hanging out and throwing bricks. Sounds like a euphemism now to decide if it's about drugs or sex.
As apologists will remind you, the gay agenda is also about redefining sexual normality and repressing anyone that doesn't conform to this standard.
Okay, let's take a look at his, slippery slope of... Oh, God. Okay. So at the top, which is very moral, apparently, is heterosexuality. God loves dick and vag. Tea with Goblins with 100 bits says, also the whole concept of a fetish is contingent on certain types of sex being the social default. There is no fetish without a supposed normal to compare it to. None of it's real, slutty turtles all the way down. Homosexuality, which according to him is more deviant than heterosexuality. Then polyamory, which is interesting because polyamory is just an extension of, like, heterosexuality or homosexuality or, you know, bisexuality or whatever. It's just with multiple partners. Weirdly, I don't agree with the order of this. Not that it really fucking matters because everything from here down is fucked up. He puts pedophilia as more acceptable than bestiality or necrophilia. I don't know if I'd put those in that order if I was making this chart. I think whoever made this chart, again, has done a bit of a self-report, because apparently they think pedophilia is somehow more acceptable than necrophilia or bestiality. Again, all bad. Don't do any of those things. But at least with necrophilia, there's not like an aware victim. I don't know. Not a conversation I really want to have. The point I'm trying to make is, this chart is hilarious, and again, no citations on any of this. Just a chart that they made.
Ironically, this merely confirms the social collapse that our ancestors warned about when sexual deviancy is
Ancient wisdom on the bingo card.
Openly tolerated. We increasingly see a society where people are so tolerant of sexual deviancy that even pedophiles are agitating for acceptance and...
They've always done that, and they always get told no. Literally... any time, like, pedos or maps or whatever the fuck you want to call them, try and be like, can we be part of the LGBT community? Everyone in the LGBT community says, fuck no, fuck you, go away. Every time. Every single time. No one is accepting fucking pedophiles. Are you kidding me? Nick with 45-bit says, your ancestors probably warned us about interracial marriage, you Nazi twat. I mean, he'd probably agree with that, too. I'd imagine the only reason he didn't put miscegenation on this chart is because he at least wants to have a little bit of a mask on. Isaac Inanimate says, necrophilia is cool and based. Hannah Reloaded Blast 2021. No. No, it's not. Do not do.
And mainstream...
Have we had forced feminization yet? I talked about it, but I don't think anyone else talked about it. So no.
Media outlets are giving platforms to people like Todd.
Oh yeah, polyamory's fine too. I don't care if people are poly. Not that it matters what I think anyway, but yeah, it's cool if you're poly as long as everyone's consenting.
Nickerson, who call themselves virtuous pedophiles. This really does show that there's no limit to what will be openly tolerated once Pandora's box...
No one is tolerating pedophiles. What are you talking about? The one thing everyone on the planet agrees about is fuck pedophiles.
Of sexual deviance.
Tea with Goblin says, necrophilia, crack open a cold one. That's gross.
Is opened. The only limit is normal sexual identity, which is why men's rights...
Ah, yes. Heterosexuals, the most oppressed group in America.
Activists are given no platform unless they conform to the sexually deviant agenda on sites like...
Yes, that's why men's rights activists are laughed out of the room, not because they're a bunch of sexist dickheads. It's clearly because they're oppressed.
A voice for men. It's also why normal sexuality must be repressed, because if sexuality is fluid, then innate attraction to the opposite sex must be false. This is...
No? If you're straight, that's fine. I don't care. I do not care what anyone's sexuality is as long as it involves consenting human adults. I do not care. I don't care. Fuck whoever you want, as long as they are consenting human adults. That's it.
Explains why so many academics and social justice warriors argue that being straight is a social construct, which is nothing but a projection of the fact that fetish lifestyles are social constructs shaped by experience.
Basically, a lot of things are social constructs. A lot of them are. Like, I completely believe... How old is this video? This is from August this year. The concept, I guess, of being straight is a social construct, but being straight is not a social construct, nor is being gay or whatever. These are descriptors for real-world desires and behaviors, right? But everything we define is, I guess, on some level a social construct. Who cares?
As we can
Ashiboo says, quote, social justice warriors. Oh, hi, 2015. It's been a while.
see, the true goal of this...
I've never seen someone argue heterosexuality is a social construct. Like, ever.
agenda is...
Oh, the neo-gender thing. Great. This discourse. This guy really is stuck, like, in 2015, isn't he?
The acceptance of all sexual fetishes, so it's not strictly accurate to call this a gay agenda. But gay agenda has become the most widely accepted meme, and it would be hard to change this to something more accurate, like the sexually fluid agenda. Another way this agenda is gradually pushed on society is by inventing endless types of sexuality.
Tube-Man says, weird that neither bi or pan is on this chart. I wonder if it's because he couldn't find a PowerPoint slide with a longer chart. I don't know.
Sexualities that are equally valid and true, except being straight, of course. This began with fabricating a distinction between social and biological sex. The idea is that sex is just a superficial way to describe our biology and anatomy, while gender is what actually shapes our sexual desires.
No? What? He doesn't even understand the thing he's saying. What? Gender isn't about sexual desires. That's sexuality. What are you talking about? H. Baird says, when the term SJW first appeared, did anyone else wonder why there was suddenly so much vitriol against single Jewish women? No. I did find it weird that they were trying to make the idea of fighting for social justice derogatory. But then I was also a shitty in-the-closet teenager. So I was like, oh, other people are saying this? Okay, I'll get on that. And I'm sure you could go back and find old videos from like 10 years ago where I used that term once or twice. I'm sure it's real fucking cringe.
But no such distinction exists because, for normal people, the sexual desire to...
He thinks only men are attracted to women and women are attracted to men, hence why he thinks gender influences sexuality. Wow, that'd be real dumb of him.
reproduce is directly linked to their sex. The question some may ask is, who is behind this agenda and for what reason?
Oh god, is this going to get anti-Semitic?
This isn't as hard to answer as some might think. Due to historical intolerance of sexual deviancy, those behind this agenda are used to operating in secret because their fetishes aren't widely embraced.
It's going to get anti-Semitic, isn't it?
These people are obviously going to have an interest in normalizing sexual deviancy, but not everyone wants to change society, and for some, a life in the closet.
Oh, he said it earlier in the video. My bad. Missed it.
It is good enough, or at the very least, carrying out their fetishes in private. For others, this isn't good enough, and these are the ones being exploited by powerful people driving a wider agenda with their money and influence. Often these powerful people are also sexual deviants, and therefore want to normalize sexual deviancy for their own benefit. But a major part of this wider agenda is social engineering. By promoting sexual behavior as separate from reproduction, it allows the engineers to control the birth rate in society.
I'm going to go ahead and say thinly veiled anti-Semitism. Considering his other videos, I'm going to guess thinly veiled anti-Semitism.
This also allows the state to take control of parenting by using the cover of equality. Rather than parenting and marriage being a natural right, it becomes a state-sanctioned privilege.
If you want to have a legal marriage, it is, but no one says you can't have, like, a religious marriage ceremony. Go do that if you want, and don't get married, like, legally. That's fine. No one can stop you.
Once we have to be inclusive to couples that can't conceive children naturally. The breakdown of the family then accelerates the more couples aren't pair bonding through the act of having children together.
Do you think that people only bond and, like, gain attachments to each other through procreation? What?
People need to understand that leaving others alone has nothing to do with this agenda. Otherwise, they're going to realize that it's all about control when it's too late to do anything about it. This is Rocking Mystery, over and out.
What an asshole! Oh no. The science of sex appeal. Yikes. Oh, yep, he's anti-Semitic. Definitely anti-Semitic on the bingo card. Good effing lord. Added to the conspiracy list. Why are these people the way they are? Alright, let's look at the bingo card. Who let the dork out of the locker? Let's see. Ancient wisdom, let's say. Sky Comet Fallen says, as a cis woman who can't have children, fuck you, asshat. Let's see what else. We definitely have transphobia on here somewhere. Why is it always Michigan? No one said anything about reptoids. 53, we got 53. 59 is transphobia. 70, the gay agenda. I think that's it. Oh, I'm gonna say that's not how women work. Because he basically implied women don't want sex ever. Thinly veiled anti-Semitism. Yep. Not 57. He wasn't overt about it, but yeah. I didn't die of laughter, trust me. I would know if I died of laughter. It takes a decent bit. You would know. What's the false... What would the false flag be? Why? Guys, when you give me numbers, please, for the love of God, give a little description as to what happened. Because we watch a ton of stuff. So if you could be like 57, because in this video, blah, 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 it would help a lot, and it would speed up the process. From the beginning of my stream, that doesn't help. What from the beginning? Specifically. I have ADHD. I don't remember what I said 2.5 hours ago. Taking his penis is not a false flag. What do you think a false flag is? A false flag is not the government taking something. It's the government staging some kind of fake, like, event. Hydrate. Bigfoot guy? Bigfoot guy. Is this Dussy guy, or was that a different guy? It's a guy I've covered before. Nick says, maybe whoever wants to take his penis wants to use it to hold up a fake US flag. If I'm just scrolling by something, it doesn't count, Myri. I have to actually watch the video. Alright, I'm assuming you need that really bad to get bingo, because I don't know, because it seems like people are really asking for that one. I guess not just you, other people are too, but no. It can either be overt or hidden, not both. Alright, let's watch this one.
Mag back on. Yes, it's on. Now, today we go break into this Bigfoot shit right here. So-called Bigfoot, searching for Bigfoot and Sasquatch. A lot of people actually believe in that, because I was totally amazed when I find out how many TV shows they have on Discovery, National Geographic, and all those fake channels owned by Time Warner. How much series and shit they have, documentary and all, searching for Bigfoot. This one was amazing, people. No doubt about it that people actually believe in that shit and watching it. Now, let's break this down so we can get into it. Get rid of this Bigfoot out the people's mind real fast. Let's go.
Year after year, there are hundreds of reports of large, hairy, ape-like creatures.
Like ape-like creatures, you understand? They're basically selling you that bullshit about evolution, that man was monkey before, and they're trying to tell you that a few of them still around, and that.
Okay, so this guy doesn't believe in Bigfoot, not because Bigfoot doesn't exist, which of course Bigfoot doesn't exist, but he doesn't believe in Bigfoot because he thinks Bigfoot is a conspiracy theory in order to convince people evolution is real, even though evolution is real and Bigfoot isn't, and you don't need Bigfoot in order to explain evolution to someone. Also, at no point is Bigfoot supposed to, like, actually be, like, an ancestor to humans. It would just be an extant hominid that still exists alongside humans. Lomain319, thanks for 10 months. Logarth with 50-bit says, conspiracy theorist ASMR, this guy's voice is so relaxing. Have we had Illuminati Freemasons yet? We have.
That's what they're so-called searching for. All trickery for the dumb people. We're living in this matrix right here. And I'm telling you, it's nothing nice. Basically a simulated world that they feed you everything. Basically plan everything for the masses. Everything you see that happen is by design. They all plan it for you. Wow.
We all call Bigfoot. Reports of such a creature have been reported for hundreds of years, but it was in 1958 after a worker found 16-inch human...
Take a look at this right here. This is all they go give the masses, a fake fucking footprint. That's all they be...
I mean, it is fake, but again, the guy who did it is a hoaxster. It wasn't the government, it's this guy.
Doing all this time and come up with fake videos or fake photos that is so-called Bigfoot, and people believe it. Wow, wake up.
Like footprints in soil in California, that the name Bigfoot was created. Now, I'm going to do a video on terrifying Bigfoot.
Take a look, I guess that's how the Bigfoot supposedly look. It's all bullshit. They can't sell me evolution. It's all fake
You don't have to believe in evolution to think Bigfoot's real, and vice versa. Like, I understand evolution at least as much as a lay person does, but, like, I don't believe in Bigfoot. What?
Monkey is monkey, man is man.
Encounters, but here...
Moppy Button says this is a video that clearly shows Bigfoot. Ha 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 ha. I get it. Like the monster truck Bigfoot. You're so funny!
Here are 5 of what people believe are the most compelling pieces of evidence of the existence of Bigfoot.
Question, can Bigfoot consent? Harkness test. You gotta give it the Harkness test. The Harkness test is a test for, in fictional contexts, can you have sex with a specific being, whether it be an alien or a robot or whatever. So the Harkness test, I believe, is can you communicate with it? Can it offer consent? And does it consent? Is it of the age of sexual maturity, age of consent, basically, for its species? And I think there was a third one. I don't remember the third one.
The Skookum Cast. The Skookum Cast is thought to be the best piece of physical evidence of Bigfoot. It all started
at least human-level intelligence. Thank you.
In 2000, when the popular Australian program Animal X was filming its second season.
If you notice what he's talking about, it was a TV show filming its second season, and they so-called find the Bigfoot. You wake up yet? It's just bullshit. 100% TV.
It is bullshit, you're right, but for the wrong reasons.
Sent a crew to Washington State to search for Bigfoot in the Gifford Pinchot.
There you go, your pyramid right there, your so-called Christmas tree. What do you think it is? It's just a pyramid.
National Forest.
Wait, do you think all depictions of, like, pine trees or other coniferous trees are pyramids? All right.
Investigation team included a retired physical anthropologist from Washington State University.
And by the way, you better know all these so-called investigators is in on tricking the people. You better understand they investigating nothing. All bullshit.
Canadian wildlife biologist, a retired Canadian journalist and author, an exotic animal handler, and a healthcare administrator, as well as several members.
I guess that make him qualify.
Jellyfish with 6 months says, "Oh dear, I've been very, very late and my husband has questions."
Enough to tell you about Bigfoot. Wow.
From the BFRO and Animal X film crew. Together, they spent 6 days scouring the forest for any trace of
course, it's 6 days. That's how you get your numbers.
Bigfoot. But it was on their 6th day they caught what they believe is the best evidence of the creature. They were using a piece of fruit near a patch of mud in hopes that the Bigfoot would go in to take the bait and leave a clear sign of its presence in the mud. Sure enough, on their 7th day, the 22nd of November, they found a large animal-like impression on the ground. They used a casting material
22nd of November, 11 and 22, what that make? 33, 100% Freemasonry.
Take a mold of the imprint and transported it to an indoor location where it could be studied by scientific experts who believe the cast showed anatomical features that is believed to represent an 8 to 9 foot tall humanoid creature. The cast showed evidence of dermal ridges or fingerprints, which only primates are known to have, and many of the team who examined the cast agreed that it cannot be attributed to any commonly known Northwest animal and may represent an unknown primate. There were also hairs present in the imprint that were collected and studied. They were analysed by Dr.
Yes, numerology on bingo.
Barenbach, who worked...
All these fake doctors go so-called analyze it. It's all fake. No doubt about it. And like I say, all these tricksters is the so-called ones that investigating, okay? The same liars, just like...
I'm gonna find a better video by this guy, because now I'm sick of him just saying the same thing over and over again about Bigfoot. What are his most popular uploads? He has 3 different channels, so I have to check them. PK the Lost says, bingo! Alright, let me see your card. Raven says, ever watch that show Mountain Monsters? The one where the hillbillies are LARPing monster hunters who make ridiculous traps that never work? It's the best. No, I haven't seen it. Let's look at the bingo card. Ancient Wisdom, Illuminati, Free Space, Numerology, Gay Agenda. Yep. You win. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. I'll write your name down, and you can let me know when your sub runs out, or have me gift it to someone whenever you want. Just let me know. Give me a sec so I can write your name down on the list. The Ender 92, thanks for 19 months. So that's the bingo winner for today. Yeah, anyone, you can still play bingo for fun, but that is the free gift sub to PK the Lost. So, yeah, better luck next week, everyone else who tried. Thank you. I like conspiracy bingo, too. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a good video by him. Well, you know, good in the relative sense. How about this one?
Back again on another dangerous breakdown here. Now we go talk about the so-called gambling addiction that they got for the people. And even with your so-called cryptocurrency nowadays, that's also a gambling, and a lot of people sleep on that. But this is the new world order you're in right here. So anything that they give you is basically to bring you down, but the mass is not seeing that. And we go get into this right here and talk about some things with this gambling addiction that on the masses. But let's get into this right here and see where they're starting it from right here. Make it run.
History is filled with almosts.
Listen.
With those who almost adventured, who almost achieved, but ultimately, for them it proved to be too much. Then there are others. The ones who embrace the moment.
And you see what they tell you? People that embrace the moment, meaning that they're brave enough to do anything. You know what I mean? Like buy cryptocurrency and gambling.
What are you talking about?
This is how they push the dumb people right here to get.
Oh my god, is this an ad for cryptocurrency? There are TV ads for cryptocurrency? H. Baird says the Born Crypto Bro coming this fall.
In and the satanic agenda in the new world. Pay attention.
And commit.
Commit.
And in these moments of truth.
Honestly, shame on him for being in this fucking commercial. Are you kidding me? Fuck off, Matt Damon.
These men and women, these mere mortals, just like you and me, as they peer over the edge.
See, they peer over the edge and they show you some fake astronauts. Pay attention right here, people. Nothing but brainwash. All the brainwash come together,
I mean,
right?
those are fake astronauts. It's an ad.
Here, you see this right here? They know that they can't go to the dome. They can't go to space. But look what they're advertising right there. The so-called cryptocurrency. I already told.
Bittergrin says, don't know about TV, but I saw that ad before Spider-Man in West Side Story. That's gross.
Show you with the pyramid, showing you that it's devil work. Pay attention.
Steal their nerves. With four simple words that have been whispered by the intrepid since the time of the Romans.
Look what they show
Fortune
you.
favors the brave.
Fortune favor the brave. You hear that? So that's the.
Matt Damon, you got stuck on Mars for a year, okay? I don't want to hear your advice. Alright. I'm done with this guy. He's interesting, but I gotta vet his videos. They're like... I think they're iffy. Alright, let's watch this.
Before we get into what the story is all about, where did you happen to come across this story, Michael?
I saw the story. Ben Fulford wrote about his sources.
They're all like this, I guess.
Saying that there were a group of world leaders that went to Antarctica, that they were surrendering. So I thought that was fascinating. And I then saw Joseph Farrell also talk about the Antarctica visits. And so I thought, well, there must be something to this. And so I came across this article in a...
I saw a couple other crazy conspiracy people talking about it, and I thought, this must be true. Genius.
Paper called The Void, a British alternative news site, and it had 4 tweets, allegedly from Klaus Schwab, Christina Lagarde, and 2 others with a internet technology company, and they all talked about having gone to Antarctica. Well, it turns out that those tweets that were being cited were kind of like disinformation, covering up some real event that actually happened in Antarctica. So something did happen there. A group of world leaders, the cabal, did go to Antarctica. There were some negotiations. There was some surrender agreement that was made, and then the deep state tried to cover that out by putting out disinformation, these false tweets talking about these leaders going to Antarctica. So I think this is the way in which the deep state works, is to kind of like muddy the waters, because the truth was coming out, and so they tried to cover their butt and make it look as though nothing really went down. But my other sources were saying that, yeah, definitely something did happen in Antarctica. Elena Danan, who I've been working with, she did some communications with her off-world contacts, and also heard some of the other more mainstream people talking about this trip to Antarctica. So yeah, definitely something was up, and looks like there's been some sort of surrender negotiation happening.
That's mind-bending. Dan, what do you want to add to that? Like I'm like shaking, just thinking, man, please let this be real. Dan, what do you have to say about that?
Why would you want that to be real? You want the world to surrender to aliens? Why?
This is the, to me, if it's real, and there's a lot of collaborating evidence that indicating that it's real. This is
collaborating evidence, corroborating evidence.
Most incredible, good information that you could ever imagine in this lifetime. Michael and I, since 2001, he's been researching documents, witnesses, and I have two in my own small way, not to.
Oh, that's too long. All right, let's stick with the old staple. Let's do Bob Larson. So Bob Larson is, despite what you might think based on this image, not in fact a Catholic priest of any kind, though he LARPs as one. Bob Larson is, in my opinion, a grifter who pretends to do exorcisms and charges people to do said exorcisms. He usually does these in hotel conference rooms, and it's usually very funny. He often talks about specific air quote demons. One of his favorites is Jezebel. He also thinks other gods from different religions are demons, like Thor. He's exorcised Thor before. All sorts of stuff. Princess Amelia says Bob Larpson. Yeah.
Welcome to this edition of the Exorcist Chronicles. Let me say in advance that what you are about to see is something perhaps small children should not observe. Please use discretion. In a recent seminar, I gave a general appeal at the end of my message for those who felt stirred by something internal which might be demonic. I asked them to come forward for prayer. The first person that I spotted in need of ministry was a woman in deep anguish and pain. She shared the story of her teenage son, who some years before had been murdered. But as she talked about the circumstances of the...
See, this is what pisses me off. Not only about Bob, but people who claim to be like psychics or mediums or anything like that. They prey on people who've suffered tragedy or people who have trauma, and instead of actually helping these people, which could be done through like therapy, or in the case of like unsolved crimes, actual decent investigation to get closure, instead, charlatans, who Bob is, in my opinion, come along and they say, don't worry, you have emotional trauma? I have some snake oil that'll fix that right up. It's bullshit. It's bullshit to line their own pockets, and it's disgusting. Bob better hope that his fucking Catholic priest thing is just a LARP, not only for him, but for everyone else. Because if there is a hell, this guy's gonna be there. I guarantee it. Felicia Angel says, The Exorcism Chronicles, because he saw something in the 70s and said, I can use that.
The killing, I begin to sense there was more to this than an act of cruelty and violence. It was systematic. It was ritual. I asked her what her ancestry was, and we were able to trace this back to...
Oh, there is use of the G word in this, just so everyone knows. G word as in, like, not so nice word for Romani peoples. Just a heads up, if that bothers you.
Ancient times, linking the evil of her ancestors to this horrible, horrible incident from which she was still trying to recover and living in deep grief. Watch very carefully how this story unfolds and how the Holy Spirit led me to get to the root of this issue so that this woman could be freed not just from the pain she was suffering, but to understand why it happened, put it into context, and be delivered from the demons that possessed her because of a murder committed on her son.
He's gonna blame the murder on demons. I guarantee it.
What is your first name?
Amy.
Hi, Amy. Are you married?
I am.
Children?
Yeah.
Tell me about the one that was murdered.
He was
Oh, God.
17.
Nick says willing to bet money Jezebel is the demon. Maybe. This might be a different thing. I don't know.
And he was taken out by two friends in the desert, and he was executed.
Why?
We don't really know. We just know that they judged him.
What?
I'm sorry, I got my teeth removed a couple days ago.
That's okay. Don't worry.
I didn't want to miss you, though.
Go ahead.
This poor woman. This poor woman has clearly been through, like, so much shit. Someone says she's an actor in the chat. I don't know that to be the case. Sometimes it seems like he brings on actors, but he does have actual people who pay to come and be exorcised by him. So they're not all actors and actresses. I'm going to, for the sake of this, unless there's compelling evidence otherwise, assume she's a real person. Because if she is, this is severe and disgusting. Like, this woman has clearly been through so much trauma and losing a child. Not only just losing, but to, like, a violent crime and doesn't understand why. And this absolute piece of human filth is going to scam her and take her money to lie to her. Bob Larson, what is wrong with you? You sick, sick man. Jesus.
They took him out and they executed.
It's frustrating too, because, like, I grew up religious. I'm not religious anymore. I don't believe, in any particular faith. Don't care if you do, as long as you're not using it to hurt anyone. Bob Larson is using religion to hurt people. He's using it to take their money and lie to them. And not only that, one of the 10 commandments is not to take the Lord's name in vain, right? A lot of people who went to church and stuff or had parents who were religious might be like, what, take name in vain, like swearing? No. For some reason, the church decided at some point that taking the Lord's name in vain means swearing, or at the very least, parents started saying that to their kids in order to get them to stop saying, like, God damn it, or oh my God, or whatever. No, that's not what taking the Lord's name in vain is. Taking the Lord's name in vain is what people like Bob Larson do, what people like Joel Osteen do, using the name of God, the Christian God, in order to enrich themselves for ulterior motives. He's literally breaking a fucking cardinal sin. Again, I don't believe there's a hell. I really don't. I don't think there is. But Bob Larson makes me wish there was. Fuck him.
executed him in cold blood, and they shot him, and
You did what?
they shot him in the chest, and then they put him out like a dog.
I need a couple of ladies from the church, prayer people, some people, mature people who know what they're doing. Come over here. Come here quickly.
Need a couple mature people who know what they're doing. I think you're gonna have a problem finding that in your audience, Bob, and you're certainly not qualified.
Come quickly. And I need some men to grab her. Okay. So I need to show you guys how to do the Bob Larson grab. Here. Hand like this and a hand like this. What is your girls for? Yeah, like that. That's the way you hold people. Okay. I need another man behind her.
Yeah, let's restrain the woman who's going to have a complete breakdown because of the fantasy you're feeding her. This should go well.
Need another man behind her.
Yeah, Bob perfected the Bob Larson grab long before he got into this business, believe it or not. It's handy for multiple different situations.
Okay, lift her up. Now, when I get into a mode like this, I shout orders. It's just like, I got to do this, I got to do this, got to do this. I'm not being rude. It's just I have to work with people in a certain way. Come up here, Amy. Okay, I need a man behind her. Got one. Grab her shoulders. Keep her hair back. Grab her shoulders like that, kind of just to hold her so she can't go back. And I may need another guy to grab the legs in a minute. Okay, look at me, Amy. How long ago was this?
8 years.
8 years. Have you gotten grief? You haven't gotten any grief counseling?
No.
In fairness, it could be a financial issue. It certainly is probably cheaper to go to Bob and pay a couple $100. Last I checked on his website, I guess I should probably check again. I'm not positive exactly how much he charges at this point. Let's see. Bob Larson seminars. I don't know how much he charges to get into his seminars. No. But I know on his website he charges a lot for consultations. Let me see if I can get to a shop page or if that's a different website. Freedom Encounters, sure. So his Freedom Encounters cost a bunch of money, and in person, like if you want to pay Bob Larson to come and exercise you, it costs $695 for 50 minutes. Yeah. Not good. If you want a virtual encounter, which is literally just Bob Larson sitting on like a Zoom call and exercising you through the internet, he charges almost $400. You could buy a PS5 for the price Bob is charging for his bullshit. But still, that's cheaper than years of grief counseling or therapy or whatever. And unfortunately in this country, mental health is often stigmatized and it's very expensive. Sometimes insurances, if you're lucky enough to have insurance, doesn't cover stuff like that. So instead, people, unfortunately, get left to people like Bob, who are just going to take advantage of them. And it's sick. It is sick.
And nobody's ministered to you about this. So what has this done to your life?
It's ruined it. It's hurt me deeply. I have generational traumas. I have gypsy blood. I have demons in me. I know I do.
Okay. What's your ethnicity?
Half Dutch and half Italian.
Well, that'll do it.
Let's roll that tape back. What?
Demons in me. I know I do.
Okay. What's your ethnicity?
Half Dutch and half Italian.
Well, that'll do it.
Is there something inherently demonic about the Dutch that I'm unaware of? What? What the fuck do you mean that'll do it? What? Like you hear someone's Dutch or Italian and you go, you probably have a demon. What the fuck?
Bring her forward a little bit. I don't want her getting back there. Okay. Now, Amy, I'm going after this thing. I know it doesn't seem fair. Look at me. Look at me.
H. Baird with 45 bits says, those wooden shoes are forged by Lucifer himself.
You have a spirit of death and murder.
That's Good Beard TV says, there's only two things I hate in this world. People who discriminate by other people's cultures, and the Dutch. I've also seen Austin Powers Gold Member. Tea with Goblins says, I mean, have you tasted Dutch salted licorice? Pretty demonic to me. And Overthought says, he means demon, definitely the Dutch. I don't get that joke.
I'm going to need some Kleenex. I'm going to need a basket of some kind. Okay, all right. Have Kleenex tissue? I need Kleenex tissue. Okay. I'm going to teach you guys Bob Larson style deliverance here. Kleenex tissue, oil, cross, Bible, ready. Okay, Amy. Part of this is just the immense release of grief to finally be talking to somebody who can have a pastoral concern for you. And it's very brave of you to talk about this. So that's part of it. But just trust me to walk you through this. I don't want your help. I want you to just be neutral and ask the Lord in your mind to be in his presence. It's like undergoing an anesthetic in the hospital for surgery. You keep letting her back up. Don't let her back up. Okay? Keep your head up and your eyes on me. That's crucial. Murder and death. Cross. This didn't just start with her son now, did it?
He's gonna blame demons for her son being murdered.
I need quiet around me, please. Didn't just start with her son. No. I'm talking to murder and death. I'm going to put this sword through you. You think that bullet in her son felt bad?
Holy fucking shit, Bob. Fuck you.
Fill that. Fill that. Get up and look at me, murder and death. So, the Dutch or the Italians, which was it, murder?
Excuse me? Let's roll that one back. Hold on.
The Dutch or the Italians, which was it, murder?
I think Grandpa's a little too old and racist for this grift. I think even people in the audience are probably like, what the fuck?
I asked a question, the Dutch or the Italians? Italians.
Nick with 45 bits. So hypothetically, if someone were to sucker punch Bob during an exorcism, could they get away with it and claim it was the demon? It's probably why he has people hold him.
Rome. I asked a question.
Bob, you're literally dressed as a Roman Catholic priest. Don't co-opt that identity and then shit talk Catholicism.
Does this go to Rome? Does it? Does it?
Yes.
Oh my, we're way back now, aren't we? But they were a bloody lot, weren't they? Barbaric.
Princess Amelia says, did Bob Larson or someone who works for him really see this and go, yes, this is definitely going on the YouTube channel? Apparently.
godless, and I...
This is one of the better ones. Imagine how bad the bad ones go that he doesn't post.
Idolatrous. How many generations, death and murder? Answer me. Answer me. How many generations? Look at me. Look me in the eye and answer me. How many generations back to Rome? How many?
It's always funny to me when he asks people how many generations back and then, like, a specific time period. Because you can tell that, and I don't blame them, I'd be bad at estimating this too. People are really bad at estimating generations and how many generations it takes to get from, like, one era to another when they're, like, thousands of years apart. So sometimes they'll say numbers that are way too big, and sometimes they'll say numbers that are way too small.
How many?
She's thinking about it. Because she's got to think in her head, like, oh shit, Rome. When was Rome? Like, ancient Rome? How far back would that be? How many generations would that be?
How many? How many? Say it clearly. How many? How many? How many generations? How many? Sounds like 70. What, is it 7?
70 generations. Okay, let's say... That might actually be close. Let's take a look. 70, let's say an average lifespan of 35 years. Just taking into account that there's going to be more or less 2,450. Yeah, she actually got pretty close. Not bad.
70. 70. 77. That's what I got. Get your eyes open and look at me, murder and death. Blood sacrifice 77 generations ago in Rome. This thing with her son was just a setup job, right? This was already set up.
Do you think in Bob's fucked up, sick mind, he thinks he's actually doing these people a favor by charging them to lie to them? Because in his mind, he probably thinks, well, I'm giving her closure. Sure, it might not be true, but it's closure for her. Fucker.
Who did those Romans sacrifice to? What god? I want the name of the god they sacrificed to, or I'm going to pierce you with the sword of the Spirit. Who was it? Who was it? Lucifer, but in what form? What Roman form was Lucifer worshipped? What form? What god? Come on.
Can she think of a Roman god? It's always interesting the questions he chooses to ask. Yeah, her trying to come up with a Roman god, yeah. Why assume she knows a Roman god? She might not. She came to this thing. I'm not trying to shit-talk people here. They're vulnerable people. But if you're going to an exorcism like this, your educational level statistically is going to be lower than probably average. How many Roman gods does she know off the top of her head? I guess we're gonna find out.
What was that? What was...
I think at some point, if she can't come up with one, he'll probably say one and say, was it blank? And she'll be like, yeah.
The god worshipped.
Just name a planet? Yeah. Again, you're assuming she knows the planets are named after Roman gods, though, and I don't know if she knows that.
Who was it? Who? Who was the god worshipped by the Romans?
I feel like I'm watching Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Who was it? It was less to pick on. And then they adopted the Greek gods, too.
He's basically doing the opposite of cold reading in that he's trying to feed her lines. So she's like, I can't think of a Roman god. So he goes, yeah, they adopted the Greek gods, you know, so she can say it widens. It basically doubles the amount she could pick from. If she doesn't know a Roman god, she must at least know Zeus, right? She must at least know, you know, Hermes or something. So he expands it to Greek gods as well.
Was it a Greek god?
This is why you don't like improv? Yeah, I'd be really good at this. If Bob picked me and I was in his audience, I'd be great at pretending to be a demon.
A Roman god, answer me.
Which god are you? I'm Ishtar! Ah!
Was it Greek or Roman? Answer me.
Roman.
Roman. Who?
Oh.
I feel like I'm watching someone fail a pop quiz.
Who was the god? Who was the goddess?
I don't wanna leave.
Who was it? Who was it? Answer me. Who was it? Death and murder, look at me. And Satan. Now, Satan, you don't get directly involved in these things. You had an intermediary, which was worship back in ancient Rome, right? Who was it?
Fucking say anything. Say Hades. Who cares? Surely you've seen the movie Hercules. At least say something from the movie Hercules.
Get your eyes open.
I'm surprised he hasn't fed her a name yet. Normally by this point he's like, was it Hades? Was it Saturn? Was it, you know, he'd give her an escape rope from the question.
Look at me. The sword of the Spirit by Hebrews 4:12, I divide soul and spirit, and I keep this woman out of it, and I take that sword of the Spirit in ancient Soteria.
This is why, another reason why I don't think she's an actress. I think it's like an instant stooging situation. I don't believe that she's an actress, because if she was an actress, he would have given her, like, hey, say this name, you know? They would have had a better routine worked out.
I say.
Well, okay, we'll take that.
She can only think of Satan. She knows no Roman or Greek gods. There are so many to name. She can't name a single Roman or Greek god, which is fine. You know, whatever. She doesn't have to. It's just funny to me that Bob tried so hard and he couldn't get one out of her. Again, this is one that went well enough that they uploaded it to YouTube. Imagine how bad the bad ones go. It would have been hilarious if she said Thor or something that is not a Greek or Roman god.
The only legal right you have is none, but you have a stronghold through her grief and through her questioning of God and some loss of faith. Well, who wouldn't if your son was tortured and shot in this kind of way? But you're not going to use...
She probably actually believes she has demons. Oh, I'm sure she does. I'm sure she actually believes that. But she still has to consciously or unconsciously come up with a name of a god, and if she doesn't know it, she doesn't know it. I don't think she's faking. I think she's being instant stooged and doesn't know it.
Who's that?
It's like stage hypnotism. People go along with it, and some actually, you know, think they're being influenced, but really they're doing it, you know?
Spirit of Satan and Lucifer, look at me. Other than the strongholds of her grief, the doubts that she had, the anger she had that she processed, do you have the right to be there? Speak up and tell me yes or no. Say it.
No.
Well, then you have to go. So the spirit of Satan and Lucifer, death and murder. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me, spirit. Look at me. Get your eyes open and look at me. Why was he murdered? Why was he murdered? Drug deal gone bad? Sacrifice to Satan? Was he a sacrifice? Was he?
They crucified him.
What? Huh? Crucified him.
I don't think that's what she said.
Oh, that really is a sacrifice to Lucifer, isn't it?
So now this lady's gonna go through the rest of her life believing her son was murdered.
They needed it. A blood sacrifice to Lucifer.
And she knows, I assume she knows her kid wasn't crucified. No one fucking crucifies people to kill them anymore. Like, what?
Get up and face me. Get up and face me.
It's not an efficient method of murder.
Me. Your time of judgment has come.
There was a pretty specific reason the Romans did crucifixion. It wasn't just for funsies. The brutality was I'm not going to say it's a necessity, but they felt it was a necessity. The Roman Empire was pretty brutal and fucked up. The Roman Empire was huge, right? So in order to keep people from doing, like, uprisings and stuff, you know, it's not a globalized civilization like today. You can't, you know, mobilize troops instantly. So if you want to stop people from trying to take back their land from the Roman Empire, they know that the Romans probably couldn't get troops there right away if some big conflict broke out, but they need to know when we do show up, it's going to be really bad for you. Thus the brutality of things like crucifixion. It's to keep people in line. It's not right, it's fucked up, disgusting, and barbaric, but that is sort of the practical reason behind it. They ruled with, like, an iron authoritarian fist because they felt they needed to in order to continue to occupy the territory that they did.
Get your eyes open and look at me now. Get your eyes open and look at me. So who's going to do the speaking here? The spirit of Satan? The spirit of Lucifer? Or somebody else? Do I need to put that sword through you again? Who's going to speak on behalf of this kingdom? Answer me. Who?
Jesus. Jesus speaks.
Jesus? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm coming out.
No, you're not going anywhere till I tell you to go. Oh.
She's trying to take over this storyline, and he's not letting her. Princess Amelia with 45-bit says, crucifixion was meant as a public display that justice was being done. Of course, once the Roman Empire became Christian, they stopped doing that. They started doing public hangings instead.
Wait a minute. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Spirit of Antichrist. Spirit of Antichrist. That's why he was crucified. Spirit of Antichrist, get up and look at me. Say, I, the spirit of Antichrist. Say it.
The Antichrist isn't even a thing in the Bible. The Antichrist is used to describe anyone who is anti-Jesus, anti-Christ. It's not a person, it's a descriptor.
Say, I, the spirit of Antichrist. Say it. Say, I, the spirit of Antichrist.
I have the spirit of Antichrist.
Bind myself. Bind myself.
Bind myself.
To the spirit of Satan. To the spirit of Satan. To the spirit of Satan. Say it.
Satan.
Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Death and murder. Death and murder.
Death and murder.
And blood sacrifice.
And blood sacrifice.
We lift the curse on this woman. Say, we lift the curse on this woman and her family. Say it.
And lift the curse on this woman
and her family.
And her family.
Sky Comet Fallen with 100 bits says, crucifixion was reserved for people guilty of treason and sedition and other anti-government activity. It wasn't an ordinary punishment. Josephus reports hundreds of Jewish rebels crucified along with the roadside after a failed insurrection in Jerusalem. Antiquities of the Jews. Perhaps Jesus was one of them. Yeah. Jesus was definitely crucified because he was considered a political dissident. He was a radical. Whoever he was based on was probably quite radical at the time, bucking against not only the actual Jewish authorities, the Pharisees. Again, I'm basing this off the Bible and what we can suss out of the story and the actual historicity from it, which is... but Yeah, he was clearly someone who riled people up, and the authorities didn't like that.
Okay, keep her up, keep her up, keep her up. If you have to get a hold of her behind, I want her straight up looking at me. Look at me, look at me. Hold that arm. Hold it like that. Look at me, Spirit of Antichrist. My. What do we have here? Outstretched arms. I put a nail in that hand. I put a spiritual nail in that hand.
Okay, so you just told this lady that her son was crucified as a satanic sacrifice, and now you're going to mime crucifying her. Cool.
And I nail the feet. And I take a spear to the side. And I put a crown of thorns on your head to torment you. Just so you know, that's not done for theater.
It is.
It's not done for drama.
All of it's drama bullshit.
I don't try to cast demons out until I feel like I have torn them down, weakened them to the greatest possible extent. So in the spirit realm, what I'm doing is to this demon what it did to her son. And that reverses the process. It's not just psychodrama, but it's literalizing it in the spirit realm to break the curse of what was done and how
Bob's performing magic. He's a witch. Burn him.
He was killed, and the reason he was killed
Nick says, baby kitty feet.
is a sacrifice to the spirit of Antichrist. All right, Antichrist, get up and face me. Not much of you left, is there? Say, I, the spirit of Antichrist.
Spirit of Antichrist.
Bound to death and murder. Bound to death and murder.
Bound to death and murder.
Lift the curse of murder.
D with Goblin says, always look on the bright side of life. I wish I was better at whistling. A little better.
Lift the curse of murder.
Of 77 generations.
77.
Roman blood sacrifice.
Blood sacrifice.
To false gods.
False God.
With no more right. With no more right. Say it.
No more right.
This kingdom of evil
This kingdom of evil
is judged. Is judged.
is judged.
Now, you guys didn't help me out very well last time. Everybody down here, y'all get in on this. When I cast this thing out, you come on. In unison, you pray together and tell this thing to go. Get your head up and look at me. Get your head up, Antichrist. Look at me. See, we are judged.
We are judged
By he who was crucified. By he who was crucified. Say it.
By he who was crucified.
For the sins of the world. And rose from the dead.
Altered Rin with a link says, is this what Bob thinks he does to the demons? Oh my god. Fucking anime! No JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
And rose from the dead.
Banned.
And rose from the dead.
All this is tactical to wear this thing down by making it say and confess to the very things that the nature of what it is doesn't want to say.
It's gay anime. It's Anna gay.
Look at me, Antichrist. I take a threefold cord from Ecclesiastes 4:12 and I bind you to Lucifer, the spirit of Satan, death and murder in all of them. Say, I, Antichrist, with this kingdom, with this kingdom,
With this kingdom.
go now.
Oh no.
Two. Say two. Val. Say Val. Say Val. Pit. Say pit. Say pit, Claire. Say pit. Say pit.
Narnia Owl says, now I want to see fan art of Bob Larson's stand. I don't know what that means.
Say pit. Say pit. No, get your head up and look at me. You're going to say pit. Say pit. Say it. Say pit.
Pit.
Say pit. No, say pit. Say it. Say it.
Pit.
Come out in the name of Christ. Go. Come on, help me out. Go. Go in the name of Christ. Go.
Hydrate.
Go. Go. Go.
I hate this man. I really do.
She's a little bit shaky.
No, Niall Naomi never emailed me back. I don't think he's gonna. Especially after, like, today I released 3 videos making fun of him on my YouTube channel. There's no way he's gonna get back to me in any positive way.
Look at me. The peace of God, the presence of Christ, the comfort of the Holy Spirit be upon you in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit to fill you where this evil was. Lord, let the Holy Spirit come down. 77 generations of evil and blood sacrifice cleansed now by the power of Christ. Receive it, Amy. Receive healing for the grief and torment. Lord, somehow show her the loss of her son will not have been in vain. That even right now, watching all over the world, there are people who are going to be set free from the same grief and the same pain, the same curses of murder because of her. That what she has done is redemptive. Let her sense that, Lord. Let it heal her soul. Let's give the Lord a hand and thank him.
Thank you.
Seriously, Bob Larson is scum. Bob Larson is absolute scum. He takes advantage of people who are desperate, people who are uneducated, people who are taken in by the supernatural, and he takes their money and gives them nothing. He's garbage. Luckily, he's quite elderly, so I don't think we'll have to deal with him for very much longer. So, that's that. Okay, we've been going for 3.5 hours. Let's see who we're gonna raid. You want to see something depressing real quick?
So I basically...
This is a QAnon channel. I'm banned from his chat. Surprise. This is a QAnon channel, and he has more viewers right now than I normally get. We're all fucked, everyone. Who will we raid? Who we gonna raid? Who we gonna raid? Who we gonna raid? All right. Pat Robertson is holding on. There's something about religious grifting and longevity. You know what they say, only the good die young. Also, the wealth that they've accrued due to the grifting probably helps their medical expenses. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow for another stream, probably Chud Watch. So come hang out then. See you guys later.
Well, I do my best. Yes, I'm so